And so does it go?
Goes this way because this is the engine.
So this end connects to this.
Yeah. So it goes
Okay.
this way, this way, this way.
Okay. So that's the caboose.
This is the
Yeah, that part is the caboose.
Okay.
well. Yeah. So this is the end.
This is
This way, this way, this
Yeah,
way,
this
this
is
way,
the front.
this way, this way, this way, the front.
Okay.
Okay.
So that one connects to that
So
one.
this one connects to that one.
Yes, these
Yeah.
connect
Okay,
together.
and that
and
connect- okay.
These
All right.
connect here.
All right.
So
Now, when you say flat car, that's just no roof, no nothing.
no roof or nothing. Yeah.
It's just a flat.
Usually it's ones that like timber or something would be stored on. So. All right, guys. For a variety of reasons, you find yourself on a train from St. Louis heading to Dodge City, Kansas. It's been quite a travel. It's not fast. You hear the clunking of metal as the steel hits steel. Iron hits iron. No smoke comes out of this train. The trees fly by. It's spring. You see rain, sun, rain, sun. It's quite diverse in Missouri with its weather during the spring. There's even one night when hail hit the train as you guys were making your way. You guys are then finally within about maybe 4 or 5 hours of Dodge City. Is where we pick up. A variety of you are probably in different areas. Bowden and Valentine and I will be in the private car. Pick up with you two. It's small. It's known as a Pullman car. It has beds. There is a dining area at the end of the car as well too. Very small. It's mostly just some beverages and just to keep you guys going. Usually most people have to get their stop somewhere, get their food about once a stop. But it's afternoon. You guys are probably bored out of your mind, just waiting. I need both of you to make perception checks.
My perception went to crap. I re-rolled my stats. 9.
Okay.
16.
Bowden, the lull and the constant noise of the train is kind of lulling you to sleep. Just kind of halfway in the day, it's having trouble staying awake. You're trying to do your best because it's only a few hours till you get there. You want to be able to sleep during the night. Valentine, always constantly alert, prepared for pretty much anything. At the corner when you're kind of gazing out the window, listening out, you see just few people and horses like kind of blending in with the tree line. By real quick. Like it's instant. Like those are people right there in the tree line somewhere. Gone. Don't see them anymore as the view is only limited of how fast the train is going. Then after about 3 minutes you hear a fuzz just coming from somewhere above you.
Above me? Like on top of the car?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna psychic link us.
Okay.
Right.
It's Kyle's squeaky chair.
It's
The most fidgety one here. You guys ever watch Big Bang Theory?
I
We're talking about the train like
where
into
this
this
actually is at.
country flash drive. Country flash drive. And that's what the train sounds like in my head now.
I was actually going to ask about
Hey,
that.
you did not forget your flash
Like,
drive.
I had trouble. I finally figured out where Doc's
You can
character
figure
shot
out.
was saved.
My silent power crap.
Did
I
my
have to
start
figure out how long. It's a 1d6 to figure
It's
out.
1d6, but I remember it's hours and minutes. I think it's hours.
It's hours. It should be hours.
Is my
2 hours.
So,
And the first one's free for the day. I know that right.
so a sensation that's familiar to you as you're dozing around, you feel like almost like a little click in your head as you feel some intended thoughts coming from Valentine.
Bluetooth now connected.
Hey, wake up. I'm in trouble.
I stand up, crouch over because my head's gonna hit the top of the car.
Mm-hmm.
How tall are you?
7'2".
Damn.
Yeah, he's fucking tall.
Yeah, it's this giant of a bugbear.
Fucking Shaq over here.
Why don't you
Go ahead and pull my sword out.
put it away for right now?
I mean,
For now. But stay here. I'm gonna go find a different seat in the area so we're not in the same spot.
Okay.
So
Welcome.
Okay. There's a Plague Foods on the island. So as you're moving, we'll cut to probably our other passenger cars. Joffrey, John, and Malcolm. So Sean, do you have a figure?
No, I do not. You just got something up there. It's alright, no matter what.
You are now the cool.
I'll give you some.
It's chocolate pudding.
what is smiley face?
good to see you.
That is
Total warrior.
and then we head out.
He's
got that banjo.
Particular reason we're facing the rear, so it's like.
Well, so
Last
the
one,
way
right?
the
Yeah.
as you see the way that the passenger cars work is they're double seated, so it's uncomfortable.
Okay.
So you're sitting back to back with other people.
Gotcha.
Except for me, who has basically made it so like nobody can sit next to
No
me.
one.
Because I'm laying down.
You're lying down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I actually do.
Okay. So the two of you see this man dressed in furs with a big beard, just unceremoniously just laying down on these uncomfortable seats. Kind of made himself a little bed. He has like a bear pelt he has rolled up into a pillow, just sleeping and enjoying himself.
That was not Joffrey. That was Taylor.
So, since you were asleep, John, I need Jeffrey and Malcolm to make perception checks.
And I'm gonna use on my new guy.
Oops, sorry about that.
Perception? 13.
6.
I'm not proficient in perception.
I'm half proficient.
I'd say, Joffrey, you do hear a thumping noise coming from the train that seems unfamiliar, but it doesn't really draw attention to yourself.
Does Joffrey know why there's no smoke coming from the engine?
You can attempt to make just a general intelligence check.
Intelligence check. 10.
10. What you do know is recently they discovered a new type of ore that they run trains off of. What you know, what it's called and what it is, you do not know exactly.
But it's not cold.
It's not coal. Okay.
So
Other than that,
I just hear a thud.
you just hear a thud, but it doesn't really stand out to you. Gideon, you are in this one. Well, he's metal. He's heavy. All right.
You got a metal one?
Holy cow.
I didn't know it was metal when I ordered it.
Gideon, I need you, as you're sitting in your seat, there's plenty of people around you, but go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
The 6-shooters actually do a D8, right?
They are D6.
D6. I just want to make sure just because I'm writing it down.
So, 10.
10. You also hear a thud, but it doesn't really mean anything to you. It is been lots of thefts on this train with clanking and metal hitting metal, so nothing stands out too much to you. Back to Valentine as you're making your way to the back of the car.
I'm just gonna find an empty seat and just kind of sit down. Well, actually, you said there's a bar there, right?
There's a bar there.
I'm gonna walk to the bar.
We'll walk up to the bar.
Yeah. Just order a shot.
Yeah, you just order a shot. There's a
Just we're sitting there kind of just waiting.
yeah. The bartender just pours you like a straight whiskey. It's not good quality. It burns a lot. It cost you probably about 2 copper pieces. No. It's a single whiskey. I'm not pulling it too far yet.
Top fire whiskey. Bottle whiskey.
Obviously.
It's not Barton's vodka, so you're still safe.
Time to close the curtain.
No, we about to get freaky up in here.
That's mine. You said at the bar, nothing quite happens for a while. Go ahead and make another perception check.
Ooh, that was not as good. 12.
12.
I'm like,
You hear more thumps coming from the ceiling, but they're not moving too far too fast yet. They're just kind of like in the general scenario as we heard.
Okay, so what do I know about the layout of this train in particular? Do I know what this train is supposed to be hauling?
Make a general intelligence check.
Plus 0. 15.
15. The information that your company that you work for has given you was this is actually a train that is carrying Army funds. Army payroll is all. Going to Dodge City or Fort Dodge, which is not too far from. So this is pretty much the payroll for everyone in Fort Dodge is located on this train.
And I know that it's in the next car up from us.
Yeah, the next car is the security car, where there are a few on cars inside the security car.
I'm pretty sure I probably would have announced myself to them already.
Yes, they already know of your existence.
And I'm sure they'd like to be aware that there's a bugbear on the train.
That's one of the reasons why they have a private
That's my
car.
point.
One of the reasons why they have a private car is because the bugbear phone, you quite often get scared looks from you, racist remarks.
So are we alone in this car then? Just the two of us? Or are there other passengers?
So you guys have your own private area. There are other private passengers. So imagine like little cabins where you two have your own cabin where you have
Oh,
your
okay,
own bed.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I'll take a walk to the security car
Okay, you walk to the security car.
and open up the door.
Yeah, you open up the door, and it's one of those things where it's actually a metal door that's locked. You have to knock, and then one of them opens it for you. Like they pull a little viewing slide, like look at and open up. Hey, what's going on?
Double the guard. I'm just gonna turn around and walk away.
Okay, right. No details. Okay, just
Just
just close it.
and then I'll go back into our cabin.
You hear them lock it. I'm like, all right. Okay, at this point.
I'm gonna go back into our cabin.
Okay, at this point, you three.
Alright, now there are a bunch of other passengers in that.
There are a
too?
bunch of,
Okay.
yeah, there's passengers everywhere. At this point, the three of you hear a lot of commotion coming from the car behind.
The cattle car?
The cattle car, yes. Like you hear cattle and
I
horses.
was gonna say, do I hear like mooing?
Mooing, you hear mooing, you hear horses neighing, and all of a sudden you hear boom as the door in between gets kicked in, exploded. They see a hobgoblin come in.
Oh, damn.
Dressed in with a red bandana over his face.
That woke me up.
I would say that probably wakes you up. So he walks in, there's a hobgoblin, there's about 4 other hobgoblins and about 6 actual goblins that walk in at this point behind them. Yeah, the front hobgoblin has 2 pistols drawn already. He already has the hammers drawn. It's like,
What's the quality on these firearms?
firearms guy, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
11.
11.
No, 16.
16.
Sorry.
Well, that's a big difference.
Yeah, sorry. I looked at performance, not perception.
Okay. You notice the guns are probably the nicest thing about all that he has on. They're clean, polished, silver plated, well, nickel plated actually. And they seem to have pearl handle grips. So, don't mind that. He goes and goes, he talks and goes, hello gentlemen, ladies, I'm sorry to have to say, but
Quiet.
we're here with the Goblin Association and we're here to take, he lowers them, some donations.
So we cast mage armor.
Okay, I'm going to have you make a sleight of hand check as you're trying to slowly cast the spell without anyone noticing.
Sleight of hand.
Yep. Welcome to a wizard that's not a sorcerer.
Because as you start using your hands to cast the spell,
Here's the patent for that.
14.
14.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Not terrible.
Okay. No one seems to notice as you cast this mage armor light. So, no one make no sudden movements. Everything will be alright. And
I
then,
would like to unleash a string of insults at him. Vicious mockery.
it's a mockery. Alright. Well, if you're engaging combat immediately, I need you to roll initiative, as
Yep.
he's already prepared.
Alright.
Okay. Is any the other two of you guys going to participate in this?
Yeah.
Wait.
You're going to participate in this?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm gonna ready my weapons in my purse, but I'm not
You're
gonna
like, I'll
hop
take
in
it, but
yet.
I'm not
So should we still roll initiative now?
Go ahead and roll initiative so at least you know.
7.
Dang, you have pretty good initiative, Fab.
I'm telling you, I rolled real well. Real
Give
good.
me a minute here. So,
The whole plan was sitting here waiting for them to start coming into our cabin.
so
Probably more than one group.
I should also say that you guys do know that there are 3 other hobgoblins and 6 goblins that are in this carriage with you as well too, right?
As well as civilians.
As well as civilians. Okay.
Civilians that I have no attachment to, yes.
Alright. You guys are still on board with that.
Shit, real fast.
I'm just sitting in my car, just sitting there, just writing some calligraphy, you know. My sword sitting next to me, so
I expect us to already be going into combat. I was actually gonna try and give him my bear skin that I had rolled up. Some fur cap, or what else do I have?
Character's not a big fan of being robbed.
Hey, bear skin's actually valuable. Okay. That's why I'm still sitting in my seat.
Okay.
You had to have seen this coming.
I did. I did. That's why I had all those figures sitting right there too. I'm like,
My curious question is, who did you think was going to attack first?
who I thought was going to attack first.
Yeah.
Honestly, the person I expected to attack first.
I was gonna say, this should not surprise you in the least.
Let it go.
Alright.
Actually, I think I know what. I think this is uniform farm. It says it's not. I'm pretty sure it is uniform farm. It is uniform farm.
Okay, 20 to 25. Okay, 15 to 20.
I think it's just us, isn't it?
Yeah,
think so.
I'm asking. I'm just asking you for numbers. Okay, I'm just stating how this is going to
Okay,
be doing
yep,
it.
sure.
Alright.
Managing expectations. I
10,
appreciate it.
10 to 15. Did I just do that one?
You did 15 to 20, so.
Okay, it's 10 to 15.
14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, so Malcolm, you got 14. All right, 5 to 10.
7
7.
Okay. Higher dexterity of the two.
plus 5.
Plus 3.
Okay,
That's me.
so John.
How the hell are you at +5 already?
I pumped everything I could into dexterity, and it was my highest score.
This is depending on his race, and how well he rolled, and his.
I had one good roll. Most of my stats are +0. Like,
That's rough.
Yeah. I have a -1 to strength, +5 to dex, +2 to constitution, +0 to intelligence, +2 to wisdom, and a +0 to charisma. So rather than having a +1 in everything, I have a +2 in a couple and a +0.
Oh, man, it's so difficult.
I have a -1 to intelligence and strength.
Just glad I'm not as dumb as Leonardo.
I had a hell of a time.
Do we
with
need to
that
turn the
character.
fan
Man
That
can
was-
barely talk.
Do we need to what?
No, it's fine. I won't worry about it. I'll get too hot if I don't have the fan on, so it's fine.
Didn't say
I'll give you
off,
some.
just down.
That's fine.
I'll give you some index cards I have in my bag with you, and that will probably work better than the paper.
All right, Malcolm, you are going first. So go ahead and you need to make a wisdom saving throw for your.
Yes.
All right.
14.
Okay, you roll 17. It succeeds, so your spell fails.
Yes, it does.
You go to cast your spell, where you start fleeing insults. You probably call him some racial slurs, I'm guessing.
Are you a
Yeah.
racist?
And then,
Not like terribly racist,
He
but I
just
mean.
walks around constantly with disguised telephone rounding his ears.
Man, Taylor, you.
but then he like look.
Huh?
You send your
You're
message, and then like he shrugs it off. He's like, "Well, I guess we'll have to make an example of the elf boy over there, won't we?"
He succeeds, is that what you said?
He succeeded on the save, yes. All right. So, John, you're up. If you wish to do anything.
Hold my action.
Holding action, what you're holding it for, and what would be the trigger?
Let me double check real quick what I can
What's
do.
the action?
I know what I want to do.
Jump up and down.
That'd be movement.
Don't rock
Really?
the boat.
Did you jump up and down?
Yes. Yeah, that would be, it'd be like the jump up, that's 15, and then jump down would be free. So
I
you
am
do it
holding
twice.
my. Oh, it's actually a reaction. Okay, so I don't have to hold that. I'll hold. I'll hold using my pistols if it looks like the elf is about to really bite it.
Okay, so you're holding an attack action with your pistols
If it looks
if
like
the,
if the
elf
elf is
boy
gonna
over
bite
here
it.
is going to take a lot of damage. All right, understood. All right, Joffrey does not get
Okay, I'm gonna.
It's like the worst thing ever.
What's wrong with Joffrey? I like Joffrey.
You can call me Maestro if it helps. That's.
I just keep thinking
You can
Game of
also call him
Thrones.
Daddy.
So I'm
Just
I'm
gonna call
going
him Jeff.
to Misty
My name is
Step
Gabe.
to the door up there.
Okay, you go.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't have enough.
As far as I
Is
can
he
that
gonna
way
hop
anyway.
over the seat?
So that'd be over here. He's misty stepping.
And then I'll move another 30, and I'll start shepherding people, civilians out.
Okay, through the door.
Yes.
I say,
Come on,
since you're
up,
since you're
out,
shepherding,
out.
I say that uses 15 of your speed, so you can only go half speed.
Okay,
So you
that's
get
fine.
that far.
So I'm ushering people
Okay,
into the
right.
next car to get out away
Okay.
from
The goblins.
Yeah.
And then it goes into, and you're like,
I still have an action, don't
yeah, you still have your action if you want.
I? Yeah, I'll hold an action as well. Yeah, 5th level.
He can't do that because he already casted Misty Step.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, then that's my turn.
Okay.
Do a cantrip.
You could do a
Oh,
cantrip,
right.
or you could do an attack action.
But I can't hold it because holding.
You could hold it, but you can't hold a level spell because you cast Misty Step.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Sure. Yeah. So
You could
I'll-
hold a cantrip.
You can hold a cantrip.
Yeah, then I'll hold Toll the Dead in case Do I have to pick a target? Can I just say any one of them attack? Any one of the bad guys attack?
You could
Or
say
just
the
pick
first one that attacks, you roll
Yeah.
for that.
Assuming it, yeah, and it's within 60 feet range.
Yeah, you're good. Good.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you're good.
That's
All right.
my turn.
So next is the goblin's turn. So they're all
Oh,
going
they
to
roll shit.
They did.
I rolled
They
a
did.
2.
My hobgoblin rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many people got out?
I say you
Passengers
probably got
and
about,
civilians?
with how slow it's going, you probably got like 10 people out.
And how many?
There's probably at least 25 in there, not including yourselves. But then there's also a hold up, and you start hearing some more, oh shit, as you look above, and with your passive, you can see about 15 other goblins in the other car.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Okay, so the goblins are going to fire. So
Well, that triggers.
they're all going to fire at you.
Yep.
Since you attempted that. So
Triggers.
okay,
I was about to
so
fight it.
we're going to go ahead and roll to see if they hit. They all pull out their guns and they're all trying to take one shot at you.
Guys, party
There's
kill
gotta
the
be
first
some
time.
cover here with all the people in front of me.
The first one was a natural 19 to hit you.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Let's do the rest of them.
I'm gonna watch
Okay.
him die
Yeah.
right
Okay,
now.
15.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's 2 that hits. Okay, that's a natural 18, so that hits. So that's a 15 that hits.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna die.
Okay, that's a
How
natural
are doing
17.
against Malcolm?
Okay, that's a natural 17.
You rolled the backup character already, right?
So
No.
let's see, was that 5?
Here comes our cleric, guys.
Actually, I
last
have a really
one-
cool cleric.
The last one
I had a fun
was
one.
a 7.
That definitely misses.
So 4 of the 5 hit. So I'm gonna roll their damage.
These are the hobgoblins or the?
These are regular goblins.
Oh, regular goblins.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
the
I'm
first
so
one
dead.
is 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one is 3 points of piercing damage.
If he dies, I don't want to cast the spell anymore.
Okay, another 3 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so we're at 13.
Yeah, and then 4 points of piercing damage.
17. Alright.
Right. So, but that also triggers your spell, which you was told to did, which is a wisdom saving throw.
It is a wisdom saving throw
Okay,
of
wisdom.
16.
16. All right. I rolled a 19 minus 1, so 18. So they succeed. So it does not take effect.
Yeah.
Chad's rolling good tonight.
Yeah, guys. All right. So you saw the elf take a lot of damage. Do you think that would trigger? Not yet. Okay. So a lot of them are grazes, so you see them just open up and fire, poo, 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 and like, and one of them like hits you like right in the meaty part of the arm. You're like, whoa. And now they're going to start. They're going to stay there because they're all using firearms and they don't want to get too close. All right, it's the 4 hobgoblins' turns. Okay, this is interesting. Martial advantage. Once per turn, the hobgoblin can deal extra damage to creature hits with a weapon attack. It doesn't have to be a melee weapon attack, just a weapon attack. So, all right, let's see if they hit first. They get
Now I'm dead.
they get multi-attack, so they're going to fire twice at you.
Oh yeah, now I'm dead.
You started the fight, dude. Did you not learn anything from your campaign with Weston?
Have these
No.
two heard any of the gunshots?
I can say at this point they probably
Oh,
bam,
yeah.
bam, 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 and some screams.
Have I
All
heard
right.
it too?
From the first one. Okay.
You're closer than we are.
Okay, so the first one attacked.
Yeah,
His
so it
first
goes-
one
that's
is
the front of the
a
triangle.
16, which hits.
This connects to that.
His second one was a
This
natural
connects
19,
to
so that
one,
hits.
and this is the boost.
Okay, let's go ahead and just roll damage for them. So
This is your dummy character, right?
okay, so that was 8 points of
I
piercing.
literally have not
diplomatic
rolled a second one. You
character. I
didn't
was gonna
listen.
try to
That's 8
avoid
points of
violence
piercing damage
in combat.
from the first
That
one.
didn't
I'm
happen.
gonna donate
Along
that
with
quarter. Come on.
his martial.
Yeah, maybe they're raising money for the poor.
For the
Okay.
orphanage in Dodge City.
That's another 6
I'm
points.
down.
Okay, you're down. So you're down.
You had me at 4.
Okay. So you go down like these people
And
just
my
open
turn is
fire on you.
one, and idiot.
Just open up fire. Boom, boom, boom. The hot first gun goes. After that, he's like,
So that wasn't Malcolm.
Malcolm.
That was part X.
That was Malcolm what goes down. So you are down.
Yep.
And he's like, there's another elf boy over here decided it was a good idea to cast a spell.
I'm so glad you're in range of me right now. That's what I need.
So he's going to point his second shot at you and try to fire at you.
Yes.
Okay. So the other two hobgoblins.
Right.
Two are
16
definitely.
or 15.
I have three hobgoblins.
Where are they? Which ones are the hot
Should be 13 plus his dex mod.
This one.
With
This
Rage
one,
Armor?
this one, and that
The
one.
Rage Armor does?
Damn, those ones.
That's
with
why
back
Rage Armor
take
can
me?
actually be pretty good. You have a high
Shield on top
dexterity.
of it.
Okay, the next two miss. Okay. So, I mean, does a 19 hit you?
19 hits.
Okay, 19 hits you. Okay.
Jesus. This hasn't been a crit
I'm
yet.
gonna swap out your
Not
dice
bad,
when
yeah.
you go to the bathroom.
Okay, and then there's gonna be one more that's gonna try to make 2 shots at you. That only one of those hits. So 2 hit you total. Okay. They're both. It's 2 different ones. They're both gonna use their martial adept on it as well. So the bullet does. Where did all my d6s go? They're over here. Right. The first one that hits you, the bullet does. 7 points of piercing damage. The martial adept does, oh god, 24 points of damage. I rolled all 3 6s on that.
Oh, wait, are you still up?
Barely.
Okay.
Okay, the second one that actually hits you, the bullet does
I am cursing your name.
7 points of piercing
I'm
damage.
down.
Okay.
I can't really do much because of the fact that they're not close enough for me to use my reaction. They
All
need to be
right.
30 feet of me.
Alright. So they're like, so you see these 2 individuals go down, it's like, alright. Oh.
John just didn't know this.
And then you see all those people freeze, he's like, is anyone else gonna be a problem? No? Sit down. Alright, all the other people start going back to sit down. Because alright, we're gonna make our collections. And we'll see how things go.
Just saving throws, guys.
Okay, so we're ending initiative for this. I need Jeffrey and Malcolm, go ahead and make a death saving throw for me.
17.
10.
You both succeed. Alright, we're going to cut to Valentine. Gideon? Okay, so Valentine and Bowden, you hear gunshots coming
Why?
from somewhere
Sorry, I had to get that out.
further down the train.
How big are the windows?
The windows. So, in the private car, the windows are actually really big. They're bigger, like say 2 school bus windows put together.
I can tell which direction
It
the.
sounds like they're coming further down the train.
I am going to climb out the window, get on top of the car.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics check for me.
Are you the bugbear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't described our character.
That was so much.
There's a bear on the train!
I mean, he already pretty much
Athletics?
described my
Thousands of train
character,
birds on
a
the
bearded, fur-covered man.
It's
That's all you
athletics,
need.
right?
Well, yeah,
It's alright. They're going to create new characters anyway. 20 so- plus
Natural
7.
20. All right, so as you see, well, you don't see it, but you hear, and just like you kind of like flip your way out of the car and land on top, and you see like 2 golems on top of the cart with you guys.
Okay, you got that, Bowden? Yep. I'll stay down here. And I'll start making my way to the door.
Okay, you start making your way to the door. So you're on top of it.
Making my way to
All right.
I'm gonna peek through.
All right, I need you 2 to go ahead and roll me another death save.
Hey, 15.
14.
You both succeed.
I swear, if this character dies,
Before you really
in,
do
all
anything.
in all fairness, you
You're
didn't
you're
have
next
to help.
me. You're the first person I'm going to try to help once they leave the car. So,
Yeah, so they go start. People sit down. They start collecting stuff.
You guys
They come
don't
up to
know
you.
me.
They're like, anything to donate, sir?
I got this bear skin. It's actually very valuable. This is actually one of my best trades.
I don't need to know that. You have no money?
Alright, so I reach into around my neck and I keep a pouch of 50 gold for emergencies and I pull it out and I hand it
much obliged. You can keep the bears.
I appreciate it.
Grab that bait. Start making their way.
Alright, I'm gonna take that 50 gold.
All right.
My, 100
Gideon, you also hear shouts coming from somewhere further down because you're goes this way here.
Alright.
Did Brock
So,
use all of his movement? I got to the door. And
Got to the door, yeah.
I'm looking through the door, Oh, basically. okay, sorry, I thought you were...
You don't see. Yeah, 5 foot. Yeah. I'm going to. We're not actually in initiative right now. I'm just kind of taking everyone's turn as we go. We might get initiative depending on what Bowden does here on his next turn.
I hear of course, the commotion, gunshots,
Now I
and I
know
hear
why
a bear
it's
on the
always
train.
fisted
I don't know it's a bear, but I hear it.
Okay, so a bugbear is not related to bears. They're related to goblins.
Oh.
So there's I don't know why they're
There's
called.
something on the train.
There's something big. When you hear like when Bowden gets on top of the top, everybody hears it like.
Sounds like the owl bear I tried to fight in
I
that
heard
one
it.
shot.
Well, you didn't hear anything.
Aren't you
You two
stealthy,
didn't
though?
hear anything.
No, there's no way I heard
Can
it.
be. I can be.
Here's a ring of the gunshot.
I'm not trying to be because obviously I just heard gunshots.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna very slowly put away my calligraphy, pick up my sword, put it in my sash, and start heading toward the door.
Yeah, so you get to the door and you see some guy like dressed up in like attire you're not very familiar with. He was like writing down in a language you probably, with your passive perception, you might be able to see it, but you can't make it out. He starts folding it up politely, stands up and grabs a sword and just puts it like ready to go. And then he starts standing up and he starts slowly making his way to the other end where the gunshots
I
are
feel
coming
like
from.
that metal figurine. That is cool.
Okay. So here's what I will do at this point. If he's doing that, I will go into the cart as well, and I will sprint to meet up with him real quick.
Okay, so I think you'll double dash, get here. All right, Bowden, you're on top of the two goblins looking at you going, and you understand them when they go and goblin go, oh, brother, how are you doing? What would you, we didn't realize you were on the train. What would you like to do?
I want to meet with your leader. I want a part of this.
Okay. Like, go ahead and make a persuasion check, yeah.
Or deception?
Probably more deception.
You could
They're both shit.
Deception at advantage, though, since you are all a bugbear. You are a goblinoid creature.
The deception deceiving
With
you is
advantage?
association?
Yes, with advantage because you're a goblinoid creature.
Good. That's a 1. And that's a 12.
Hey.
12. All right. Well, they don't read much into it, but they're like, yeah, okay. He's down this way.
Fast.
Fast. All right. We gotta go. We gotta go. They start running. Go ahead and make an athletics check to try to keep up with them as they're jumping around.
I have 40 feet of movement.
But as you're trying to jump them over.
19 plus 7.
Okay,
The train
you
has to
succeed.
stop, right? It's still moving.
It's still moving.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're running on a moving train.
We're running on a
still,
moving train. That's where more.
Well, 19 plus 7.
19%. So you start making your way with these two goblins down. All right.
I'll reach up and I'll tap the guy on the shoulder.
Okay.
Orcs is
You
big.
get tapped on
Boss
the
is
shoulder
big.
by this guy that's running after
Odin's
you.
big.
Yes.
Now, Valentine, you can describe your character if you'd like to.
Alright, so at this point, basically what you see is traditional kind of podunk cowboy setup. Red shirt, overall vest, golden kind of scarf that's kind of sitting here. No identification on a badge or anything like that, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
I wouldn't recognize it anyway.
But you do see some like weirder high-tech gauntlets kind of in a way on my arms, and a pair of goggles, and a eye patch over the side.
And Giddy, you can describe your character for what Valentine sees at this point.
You see a guy about 6 foot tall, very bright blue eyes, not a flaw in his skin whatsoever. He's got long hair pulled back into a ponytail, wearing a blue kimono with a sword strapped to his side with ornate carvings along the sheath.
You also have your Tonto if you want.
Yes, and a dagger strapped to his side.
Oh, you're using daggers at Tonto?
For him, yes. Yeah.
That's perfect. Alright. So, hey, what's going on?
Here's commotion.
I heard gunshots. And this is probably about the time we probably hear
Going good for me.
and I go,
Is that turn you on? Is that normal?
that'd be my partner.
Your partner lives on the train.
He's just crawled up on the top of the train. Apparently he's already gotten through most of the assailants up there. So we should probably go, if you're willing to help, I'm gonna go try to kill these things.
Very well. Come here.
Let's go.
Okay, I also say you probably describe what your partner looks like just in case.
He's big, he's hairy, and he's a bugbear.
Oh, okay.
You do know what bugbears look
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Did you know the bugbear is?
Yeah, goblins are everywhere. Bugbears are everywhere. Alright. So, I need you two to roll another death saving throw for me.
If they would hurry up and get out of here.
Oh,
You're
good.
11!
6.
You fail, you succeed.
You're
I need you
somewhat
to-
stabilized.
I need you to roll a d4.
Wait, did you roll a natural 20?
No.
No.
You just rolled 3 successes.
So this is how long.
I thought they'd only
Four.
roll twice, though.
I remember
Oh,
4
this is
hours.
the third time. This is the
Third time.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
So you come conscious in 4 hours. Assuming
All
nothing,
right.
assuming nothing happens to you between now and then. Okay.
Cool, about the time we're gonna ride.
All right, John.
Mhm.
So you go. They're clearing up and they're starting to make their way to the other car. What would you like to do?
Once they've gotten into this car, I'm diving to him to try and help him.
Okay. So I'm gonna say they're all in here. Well, this is gonna be a mess making their rounds.
So wait a minute. Didn't you say there was like 15 other goblins?
There was
It's crowded.
so it's crowded in here. Yeah, there's not 50. There's several. Like I was maybe exaggerating the numbers because I didn't think it was gonna go like this, but
How come if you had to put an alignment on your character, it would be chaotic what?
stupid.
Chaotic stupid, yes. However, I would just like to note that I was never told I gave up gold because, you know, I was dead.
They probably fucking robbed
Yeah, it was
you.
probably Rob.
They're already moved and I wasn't told. I still got it.
We're gonna get that to here in a bit. Goblins gonna do an investigation check on see if they can find on you. Luckily, goblins are low intelligence creatures, so you probably won't do that well.
Is this for both of us?
Yes, so for you, he rolled a 4, so they don't like, I don't know, I can't even find anything. And for you, natural 18 minus 2,
And I get to sleep the rest of the ride.
so 16, I'd say he probably finds your gold pouch and pulls your gold from you.
Well, you can add 725 gold to his.
Holy
God!
shit!
Alright, now we gotta kill the goblins, because he had apparently all our...
He had the party fund. The hell you have that much gold?
Rolled really well.
He did.
I roll well too. Damn.
Okay, so at this point,
Alright, so right before we step to the door,
okay,
I'll be like,
I'd like to look through the window.
yeah.
look at the window. You see,
Shit ton of goblins.
You see a lot of goblins, and then like 4 big red hobgoblins standing in there like collecting money. Like you count 4 hobgoblins and about 11-ish goblins in there.
Gideon's not the smartest man.
And you pick up
He's also
2
not
other
that stupid.
goblins as you go. So,
So-
there's 4 goblins in front of you.
We're looking through and we kind of see this, and I go, hey, what's your name?
Gideon.
Gideon, I'm Valentine. Why don't you actually go sit down for a minute and just wait for some signals? It's going to take just more than the 3 of us, I think. And with that, I'm actually going to slip to the side of the cabin to where I'm not in front of the door.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, and you'll know the signal when, and I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
All right,
On
you are
this-
invisible.
on this side.
All right. Okay.
Is that another passenger car that they're in down there?
Yes. Okay. So,
And what you see is I don't actually like have like weird hand sigil castings. I basically just touch my eye, and you see it a bright purple light, and I just
Pokes himself in the eye and.
all right. So,
Third eye blind.
What is John doing? I want to know what John's doing.
2 other goblins that are running for it. He goes, go. We got a new recruit. He looks big and tough. We're gonna tell the boss. And they're just like running. Yeah, 4 goblins you pick up.
so you have 4 more goblins.
4 more goblins up there.
So there's 6 total. Goblins on the roof.
No.
No, there's
4 total.
Four.
Like the goblins found out
Yeah,
how
5.
all they got
Yeah.
on this damn train.
From my
moving.
previous encounters with other goblins, do I know how sturdy regular goblins are?
Go ahead and make a history check with advantage.
History?
Yes.
History? 14.
14. What? All right. So,
Yeah, +1.
Wow.
so you do know that goblins are squishy. Usually, they're like you think one good hit exploded the whole place.
Cool.
They're a little quick though, so it's a little harder to hit them. But yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna follow them until we get to the car where they think
So
get there.
they take it to the car and they jump down right here, then walk in here with you. Like
I would not jump down with them.
you wouldn't.
No.
Okay. Why did I grab these guys?
Yeah.
No reason.
Oh, wait a minute, I don't want to be in here.
I said, you do not. They jump down here. You do not jump down with them.
No.
You're like, yeah, I'm gonna wait till your boss gives me the okay. Is that what you're going to be saying?
I'm gonna say I want to meet him up here.
Persuasion check.
Straight persuasion?
Straight persuasion. Because even they think that.
Nope.
You're
I
like,
rolled a 4 and -2.
"Well, nice." Like, no, boss doesn't. You have to come down there and meet him.
Okay, well then let's just make sure it's okay with him first.
Okay. They jump down.
Are you giving me updates, by the way? Huh? Are you giving me
Yeah,
updates on
you're-
anything? Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm getting ready to meet the leader.
Okay.
I honestly forgot we were psychic linked.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's kind of the one thing we gotta know is whoever I'm psychic linked to.
So they jump down and they start talking. You wait a little bit.
Can I hear them? Can I hear the conversation?
Perception.
I probably can.
Yeah, you can for sure.
16.
16. Yeah, you can hear him like, you can hear him in Goblin, and both of you speak Goblin. So you're like, hey, boss, there was a new recruit on board where he's upstairs, he's up there on top making sure it's okay for him to come down before he talks to you. I'm like, the Goblin goes, why was he already on the train? Goblin goes, hey, why were you already on the train?
I was gonna rob it too, but then you guys did it first.
Boss, he said he was going to rob. Like, I heard him. He yelled. Hey! So you can, he yells at you so you can hear him in Goblin, of course. Hey.
What?
If you want some money, join us. You just have to obey my lead while you're with us.
I'll jump down.
Oh, boy. You are a big man, aren't
I'm
you?
gonna walk up to him and be like, why shouldn't I take lead?
He starts laughing. That's a funny one. Maybe because I have the numbers and you're just a dumb bugbear.
I'm gonna pull out my sword.
Alright.
Looks like my weapon's bigger than yours.
Oh god, it's a pissing contest.
So I will say this: you are smart enough to realize that he also has a great sword strapped to his back as well.
Oh, I didn't say that before. But I would not have done that.
All right, that's fine.
Of course you didn't say.
That's why
He's shooting me.
That's why I'm saying it now. So he does have a great sword strapped to his back.
Okay, I'll be like, all right,
Or I can just keep him alive.
I'll work with you.
All right. He shakes. He goes
We
to
don't have
shake
it
his
on
hand.
I'll take it.
You're like engulf it, but he gives you a hard, and it's a strong handshake too.
Now, do I have to talk out loud?
No, it's psychic.
Oh, it's all in here. I'm gonna say, I'm
You're
going
not Oryx, you know better.
Yes, I do have a decent intelligence score.
+1 to his history check.
I got 12 intelligence. So I'm gonna say to you, I've temporarily joined them until we can surprise attack them.
Got it. I'll whisper to you so you can hear me. Don't attack the bugbear.
Okay. Joffrey, I need you to roll another death saving throw.
I'm trying to help him.
I know, but I'm making him roll one first.
Joffrey.
5.
That's a failure.
2 and 2.
2-2. All right, John,
Oh,
you get to this half elf that is lying and seems to be dying on the floor, bleeding out from several gunshot wounds.
I've seen a lot of wounds, I would think.
Mhm.
You know,
He's
living out in the world. I patched myself up in,
Like
in
your
a
back
pinch.
He got unloaded on you. You
Yeah.
got yourself up in the bench.
Yeah, I
I'm John Dillinger over here.
Hi, Pink. Those are the color blades, and they're actually more of a purple color when they're
What would
actually
you like to
in
do,
good light.
John?
I'm trying to use my survival know-how to patch him up with what little I have around me.
Okay, make
Oh,
a
yeah,
medicine check.
Interesting. It's that light just kind of gives it a pink hue. Natural quantity.
18.
18. Do you happen to have chewing tobacco on you, sir?
Probably. It's probably
Alright.
something I would have
So
picked
what
along
you
the
do is
way.
there's this old mountain man trick you learned where you quickly pull out some chewing tobacco and start chewing on it, then you spit it out and start plugging up all the bullet wounds he's had with it and wrapping up trying to stop the bleeding. And you happen to stabilize him. So you are stabilized. I need you to roll a 1d4.
3.
You're gonna wake up in 3 hours.
No characters are dying today.
So I
Yeah.
So just put 3 successes.
Okay.
in.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drag him over. I'm gonna drag him over here in between the
And I'm
up
at
on
1
his
health
suite.
point, 1 hit point.
0.
No,
Zero.
You're
Zero.
still
Zero,
you're
yeah.
just stabilized. That's all.
I'm gonna drape my bear skin over the top of him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll run up here, check on him, see
He's all right. Yeah.
He looks all right.
He's stabilized. He's no longer bleeding out.
then I'm gonna take a position up right there. I'm gonna wait till I hear more of a commotion coming from in here, and then I'm gonna pop in from back here.
Okay, so what you see, eventually they all start making their way to here. You see about half of them actually go. So these half and, let's see, the big boss start making their way through here. Are you guys just gonna let them pass?
Well, I'm invisible, so yes, I'm ready to fast.
Are you gonna let them pass?
For now.
They're making their way.
Danger armor goes away if I'm knocked out, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you are no longer concentrating.
Well,
No,
no,
it
it
doesn't.
doesn't. It doesn't. It stays
It does
on.
not.
a
Yeah.
concentration
It's not
spell.
concentration.
Oh, it's not a
spell.
concentration.
And it lasts for
Right.
8 hours. So yeah.
So,
So
but
it's
the-
16.
this one comes up to you after they made an announcement. They're making a collection and holds a bag full, that's full of gold, and like you see pocket watches and you see some earrings. And
So are you in the same room with us?
Okay.
No, I would stay with the commander. So wherever the commander is where I am at.
okay, I have you in the same room.
So then yes.
Are you trying to stay right behind them?
I'm trying to stay right next to the leader.
Okay, I'll put you right there. These guys want to spread out here.
So
What am I looking at?
I'm gonna
Are
look.
there any hobs in there, or are they all goblins?
It just
Okay, so the goblin's asking me for
it's
information.
one hob in there,
Correct.
and the rest are goblins.
Okay.
One
I decide
gold
if
for the
I want to do the
orphan.
smart thing or the smarmy thing.
Well, you do also have what Valentine told you to was the signal.
I'm gonna take 5 gold pieces out of my, well, I'm gonna bring my pack up from my back, ruffle through it, bring up 5 gold pieces and toss them into the bag.
Okay, so all you got? Persuasion.
Oh, that's a natural 20. Plus 0, so it's 20.
Okay, so he looks at you. Yeah, I believe that. He walks away.
And after he walks
Alright,
away,
so-
I'm gonna slip something out of the phone, let it fall on my back, and place a rod in front of the door, click a button on top.
God damn it!
Talked about this.
All right. So wait a minute. Hang on. You put it in front of the door, right?
Yes.
We're clear. It is not going to destroy the train.
No.
So what you see is you click it, and since it holds it in place, you see it start ripping through the train as it busts through all the doors, and there are 4 goblins standing
I
in the
forgot,
way.
this thing has...
So,
Train ain't gonna move it, bud.
so the train speed, which is like
How many goblins does it kill on its way
It's-
back?
well,
Yeah, how many wizards does it kill on the way back?
let's see.
You're laying on the ground.
Well,
It's gonna go over
it's in
you.
front of the door. You guys are kind of at least
Remember,
off
he
the
also
side.
pulled you to the side too.
Fail. Fail. All right, all 3 failed their
Thank goodness.
dexterity
Wait,
saving throws.
it's in direct center, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
off to the
phew.
side.
I'm still like, we're good.
We're going cast horses that are dead though.
Okay, that is 36 points of damage that all four of these goblins take. As this boom, 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 splat, you see him explode, and it rips through this trailer, just exploding
I'm
there.
just gonna nonchalantly sit back down.
Do I see that bar zoom by me?
Oh yeah, you see it. Like you hear it coming for like boom, boom, boom.
Would it be possible to grab it?
Dude, don't.
No!
That's
Imagine
speed, I
grab
think
it
you
and
would
hit the
rip your
button on
arm
top.
That's kind of what
You
I'm
have a
thinking.
-1 strength score.
I've got a good dexterity.
I'll make a acrobatic check to try to grab
Okay.
onto it.
Holy lord.
And then you also gotta think, do you even know how to work it?
But I certainly want to find out.
Do you know how to work that
She
pole?
grabs it, just
If I can't get a hold of it, I'm just gonna let it go. It's probably gonna hurt me.
Yeah, I remember this discussion a few weeks
Natural
ago.
one.
Natural
Oh,
one.
Probably just
You're
gonna
all
rip
right.
through my fingers.
So
How many fingers do you have?
All of them at the
Two
moment.
less
So
now.
they roll on
it hurts. So it hurts you since you were trying to like boom, boom, try to grab it. Okay, that is 13
We are
points
all
of bludgeoning
making
damage that you
poor
take.
decisions.
As it like it almost knocks your arm out of place. And boom! As it keeps
wait a
going.
minute. How much does the train weigh?
A lot.
A lot. Can only hold the, well, I guess it's the doors.
It's just the doors here.
Yeah, Chad and I have already had this discussion. When he told me that you had this thing,
Yeah, this is
we
not
were
that
like,
good. There goes
there's
your
no way
magical
he's gonna
item,
use
by
it in the
way.
first day, right?
I said, this is my worst fear that he's going to do this, and it happened. With half the party on either side of the. So just boom, 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 and like you see, like,
Wait,
and
so,
along with it, you see like,
so the cars aren't disconnecting, are
No, because he got lucky. He put it in front of the door.
so just
If
rip through
it
all
would
the
have,
doors.
yeah, it's ripping through all the doors. If he would have put it in front of the train, like on, so like right
Yeah.
by him,
But it's staying where it's at.
yes,
And we're still
we're
moving.
moving. Yes.
All right.
So this is hopefully the only time.
Just out of curiosity,
You just
how much
lost your
cattle's
mind.
gone now?
So luckily, they do have a walkway for the cattle. So the
Oh.
cattle and horses are fine.
That would have been a
thank
bloody
God.
mess.
So there was one civilian though that was like, they're gone. It's time we can jump the. As he just explodes all over the place.
You get the first innocent kill.
Which car was
I also
that?
got
So
some
Jeffrey's gonna
enemy
try and
kills.
actually use
I could say it was going to be in this one here.
I guess it would have to be if they're in here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Probably,
There's-
it happened. It's like you hit your arm like ow, and you see the things go. Boom, it just like splits in two and explodes that way.
Well, that's my cue.
Okay.
Wait a minute, yeah, how fast is the train moving? Pretty fast.
Probably like 80 miles an hour.
That's
Yeah.
not fast Wild West
That's
train.
definitely not cold.
It's magical.
It's Missouri. It's magical. It's also Missouri where it's flat.
Magical.
We're going flat to Kansas right now, so it's just flat. So there's no really hills or turns I have to worry about right now. Oh, I say here pretty soon they're probably going to start slowing down because the stop's coming up.
Is the door even there now?
No,
No,
it's
there's no
gone.
door there.
Yeah, it's gone. This is an open breezeway, buddy.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm
like
ready.
you saw, like when you try to grab it, like there was like a goblin head still kind of attached to it, and there was because it was door.
So I'm just standing there, just like,
Well, I'm
but
curious about what's
nobody
gonna
can
happen.
see me.
Like
Curious about the next
they all
thing.
turn around, and I mean, Bone, you would have heard it. As they all turn
Oh, yeah, I
around.
would have turned to look too.
And you'd see like, well, I say at this point since it was fast, you just see him like sitting back down. You see this gaping hole all the way through. You see the other goblins are looking through, and they see blood splattering everywhere. There's like a single top hat just lying like right in here, just.
You know what? You better be glad I grabbed you now. You're in the way.
And they're like,
And Goblin, I'm gonna go, what the fuck?
and that one goblin that took your money was like, I think he was lying. Yeah, something on him.
Not anymore.
Okay. Bowden, I guess since you're invisible, Bowden Valentine, you guys can make a decision what you guys want to do right now.
I'm gonna wait for a signal of some kind.
Okay.
I was going to say I was gonna start sneaking up to the stupid chieftain.
I don't know, man. I kind of would think that seeing that bar tear through it, it almost hurt me when I tried to grab it. I'd take that as a signal. Okay, shit's going down.
Oh shit.
Well, you know,
I think he was lying,
I'm
boss.
just glad he didn't turn the rod sideways.
And he seems thoroughly distraught that you lied to him. But you lied to me!
He just
To be
creamed
honest,
Louis.
I just got this thing like a week ago. I had never used it. I know it's the next.
I'm
He
going-
forgot that physics
I'm going to
exist,
sneak my
okay?
way to the bugbear, or not the bugbear, but the hobgoblin.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh shit.
I'm right next to him.
With
No, he's
technically you don't get
invisible,
advantage because they would just have disadvantage on seeing you.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going with the official rule on this.
Oh, yeah. 17 plus 7. So 20.
Yeah.
20.
so.
I say while this,
27.
okay, while this is all going on, you are able to probably sneak your way through there. Yeah.
And,
You're like, well, they're all just kind of dumbfounded and trying to find what to do. You're like,
but in Goblin, I'm gonna say, who are you?
all right. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do initiative. You will get a surprise round, though. And this is going to be for everything going on here. So everyone, even if you're unconscious, you go ahead and roll initiative.
That's all now.
Good,
2.
Nice roll.
I think I have advantage on it yet.
Oh wait.
I think that's right.
Here.
Been a while.
Yes.
Okay, so 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay. Okay, so,
Hey, I may be down, but I didn't rip the train in half.
okay. Okay, so,
Hey, I killed 4 goblins.
Let's not make this a competition.
okay, 20 to 25.
What? Sorry.
20 to 25 for initiatives, no? Okay. Okay, so 15 to 20.
18.
17. 15.
18
But you're in it.
times 7.
No better place to be.
Bowden is a 15. Okay.
Roll me a 12.
10 to 15.
14.
I know it's gonna take forever.
So,
It sounds like that when you say your name. Specifically when you say your name, it just sounds like.
okay, 5 to 10.
7.
Okay, but you're also unconscious.
Did you roll on that one?
I rolled 2. 4 with my initiative.
And then you roll.
It happens.
You
Gideon's
said
in
7.
no hurry.
You said
He's
7.
Chilling.
Yeah.
7.
The
Yeah,
whole last
Yeah,
campaign.
you were there total. You were total 4, right?
The whole last campaign, I rolled shit for
I'm
initiative.
just
Okay,
surprised.
Bowden,
just
except for,
staring
like,
at
the last
freaking
3
horse.
sessions.
Here's the
You
thing.
did really good, yeah.
If you wish to attack, I'm also going to give you a surprise round.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because I was waiting for a signal.
Okay. So you two get sneak attack. So go ahead and make whatever attacks you want to, and you also get your bonus for your surprise attack.
So I'll get 2 attacks off on him, 1 point bonus action,
Can
and
I-
1 point main. Full action, right?
It's a
Full
attack.
round of combat?
Full attack action. I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, so you can rage.
Full attack.
I can
action.
rage.
You can. Sure, go ahead and rage.
Yeah, why not?
So,
How many rages do you have?
I don't know, like 1, 2, 7 now.
Yeah.
But I get to roll on my chart.
Oh, yeah, wild magic.
These are wild magic chart. 13?
13.
Which only applies
on
if
the
you
first
roll a
one?
natural 1 on a 20, right?
I don't think so.
No,
Or no,
anytime I
it's
rage.
okay,
I
yes.
think they got a 15
That's for
AC.
the wild magic sorcerer.
This one has
Well,
a
anytime I rage,
Oh,
I
yes.
get
So,
13 on my first one, and then this is like basically just me kind of.
Yeah.
19 on the second
That one hits.
Okay, so that one is.
How many bullets?
27.
23, I think.
It was either 20 or 25.
I don't know, I wasn't here for that.
I'm just gonna say 20. Send you next
Yeah, I've got 20.
Okay, 20 bullets. And that's not even everyone is using.
So,
it.
7 psychic damage.
If I survive. I thought you said everybody gotta be.
It's either that weapon.
Blend in with everything.
I got
Yeah.
Which is why I got rid of mine.
roll, or do you want to take it for it is?
I already rolled something else. 7 psychic damage and 12 sneak attack damage. I guess it's all psychic. So
Yeah.
12 sneaky damage.
So a total of 25 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, you get in there good. It's like, oh god.
and that was my weak attack.
And then you're no longer invisible.
Oh yeah.
So you come out, and this is when you see him attacking with like a blade stuck in it.
And I, hi.
Hi.
I just
You
rage.
son of a bitch, and you rage.
It's fun to rage.
Yeah, you rage, and you are now.
A flower sprouting out of your anus.
So normal Friday.
So whenever a creature hits me with an attack roll before my rage ends, that creature takes 1d6 force damage.
Okay.
Oh, the retaliation one.
Retaliation.
Yeah.
All right.
Retaliation.
Roar, as you see it,
Retaliation.
like when you rages, and all of a sudden you see like a clear, almost kind of translucent, iridescent, like shield kind of pop up above you when you start.
And then
That's a good
Is
way to
it
describe it.
with advantage from the sneak attack? Oh, I actually would have had advantage on that first one, wouldn't I?
Because he is surprised. Yeah, you would have advantage. Go ahead and roll again.
So okay, we'll count that one as my second attack. 'Cause
Yeah.
it would have hit anyways. So this is just this for the first attack. Oh yeah, 17 plus
Okay,
7.
just go ahead and roll it again to make sure you don't get a crit on your second one.
Okay.
No, okay. So go ahead and roll with advantage, yeah.
So I'll keep the sneak attack damage. So that's 12.
Well, what if he kills him?
Well, I only get sneak attack once.
Oh,
yeah.
So
This
this
one-
12 plus 7 for that one.
Go ahead and
and
roll
this
your
is
regular
just,
damage. Just
yeah, this is the regular damage for the other one. So 7 more points of psychic.
Okay, he's up, but he's looking rough already.
Good thing I got advantage. I don't know what my things are.
We
No,
played a
this is-
one
this
we played a
is-
one shot earlier. We're with level 3, so we both are used to something. a little
Plus
different
7, unnatural 20.
Hit.
now. And then I don't remember what my sneak attack does now. 'Cause
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd ever get to actually fucking use
I
it.
think it's called surprise attack.
2d6.
2 extra 2d6, yeah.
So then
That's
I
a
get
bugbear.
4d6 damage total.
Mm-hmm.
What's the damage die for a pistol?
26.
Because in D&D Beyond it says 1d10, we had to finagle it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So 9 plus your strength modifier is 4, so 13 slashing and 8 sneak attack.
Okay,
Sneak attack?
so how do you want to kill the hobgoblin caps?
I'm just gonna split him down the middle, just overarm chop. Just
Okay, so Val gets him like in the side, he's like, oh, you son of a bitch, and he goes,
Boom!
boom.
Plus the vision that Thanos just...
Yeah.
So what happens is, see the blade inside, he's like, ah, you Bowden, help me out, as you start swinging, he's like, no, not me! Slices him in two, like barely missing your psychic blade as he's coming
And then I'm gonna scream, surrender!
Yeah, he heard it.
In Goblin.
and Goblin. Alright, so yeah, he's gone. They're like, oh shit! And they, right now, okay, so we're going top of the round though. It's the Goblin's turn.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 20 for their.
Damn.
Mhm.
You are on fire tonight.
I am on fire.
Uh-huh. I don't want to get in combat again.
So the Goblins are going to be like, they saw you kill their boss, but
In one hit, and I cleared him in half.
yes.
And a guy literally just appeared out of nowhere.
Only these guys see it though.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a
fair.
guy
So-
appeared out of nowhere, half the train disappeared.
Let's see, but
And we still have 3 of the hot
I'm
goblins.
also, yeah, but the 3 of the hobgoblins are in the other room.
There was only, I thought
No,
there was
there's
only
that
one.
one. No, there's
No.
2. There's this one here, and there was only a total. There was 4. Where's the other hobgoblin that I had?
Should I get 2 attacks?
Not gonna happen.
You do.
Yeah.
So you can move and attack somebody else if you
I
want.
should probably do that.
Okay.
And then you'll surrender after I kill the second.
Okay. Who are you attacking?
Just the one that has the shield and sword.
Right here. Yeah. Alright, roll for attack.
With advantage still?
Yes.
5 plus 7 is 13.
12.
12. Just hit. Hey, so goblins are
Easy.
5,
5 plus 4 is 9 damage.
Explodes.
Surrender! Now I've killed 2 people with 2 hits.
Give me things in his
Okay,
Shouldn't you be saying
um,
before he split something?
So, now if these two run off this direction, this one is like, oh shit, and he runs off this direction. You can make an opportunity attack if you wish to do so, because he was in your combat range.
You do wish
I
to
will,
do so.
I will attack with my longsword.
Okay, roll at that.
Yeah.
9.
9 plus.
He's like his head fall off.
You run rampage.
Oh, right, yeah. 9 plus 6.
So 15 you hit. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
D8.
1d8 plus 5.
Yeah.
Isn't longsword versatile?
Wait.
It was like, are you going to be using both hands on this? Well, no, because you're unsheathing it, so it
Yeah.
probably is just a single-handed on this one, and then he'll go into the two-handed. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
So, 6.
Plus
5.
plus 5, so
11
and
points.
so the skull will just gets sliced in half. You see like, and the sword's out, and it's ready to go. As the two halves are like the blades are still running, and his body's like on the ground. Like, what happened? You And then these ones are like, shit, that got that way covered, so they're gonna run this way again. You
get
two
both?
each get
Yeah,
an attack
both.
of opportunity.
You get one, I'll get the other?
if you wish to.
5 plus 7, 12.
Hit.
6 plus 7, 13.
Hit. Roll me
Trying to one
damage.
up each other.
Aww. 10 points of damage on mine.
Okay. Explodes.
Eight.
Slices. What?
Plus.
Eight. Also.
Actually, you know what? This
Oh.
one I'm throw my psychic blade. I'll just like throw my
Does
psychic
that,
blade.
will
at
that
him.
kill it?
Yeah, you kill him. They're only like 7 HP, man.
Oh, dang.
So, like, you like slice and he like splits with his back, like you get down to his back and his bone, like his spine showing, he's like, and his eyes gets paralyzed. Your guys run, you're like, right in the back of the head as he falls over dead, like,
And the blade just.
disappears.
3 already.
Alright.
What time of day is it?
It's probably like 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
High noon.
High noon.
So wait, only 2 of them got away over here? Or did 3 get
3 of them got away. They were already on this side, so they didn't get attacked by opportunity.
And this is the private car, right? So
Yeah, this is private car, yeah.
Okay. So, alright.
So, it's the rest of these goblins' turn. They're gonna, they didn't see any of that or hear any of that, so they're just gonna pour in on this side here. Right.
What about this one?
This one saw the destruction, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna, and he starts running this way.
Fire.
Fire? Alright. So he starts running away. Okay, so I could say you can make an attack of opportunity, but it'd have to be with a melee weapon.
I hatchet.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack with your hatchet. Because I don't think...
Alright,
You could do your gun, but it'd be a disadvantage if you wanted to do that. Do you want to do that?
No, because I have sharpshooter, and that's like the only thing. I don't have the gunner feat yet,
Okay.
so. Because I want to do it. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna let him run
Go let him run. Okay.
because I'd rather him get away from me and not
Okay, he
stay
runs
next
away.
to me.
Alright, that's the end of the goblin's turn. Next up is, if I can read my own handwriting. Joffrey, you're unconscious. Valentine.
Ouch.
Are any of the goblins, like that one towards the door
These
there?
two are hobgoblins there.
Okay, so the hobbies.
The Robo and the
The floating
my
carpet
turn.
guy, yeah. Kind of make them more.
Which ones are hobgoblins?
These two are hobgoblins.
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 Knock gobblers. Bet you know.
You have to make
You
an
know what?
inside check if you're conscious.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna bring out the iron band. I don't want to just fucking throw it at one of the hobgoblins.
Okay, so you need a roll to attack.
basically it's the same as my dagger. So. Oh yeah, 12 plus 7.
Okay, so you're throwing it at the hobgoblin?
Yeah.
So this thing like just wraps around him? If I remember right?
Yeah.
It just straight up grabs him.
Yeah. You speak. Oh, man, what was command I want to do?
Boogity boo. Penis.
No.
There's-
Oh, catch.
Go, Pikachu! No, you throw it.
Go.
You throw it. You throw this ball. So like, Bowden's probably seen this before, but
Yep.
Gideon, you see like this ball. This looks like a rubber band ball comes out, and just throws it. Goes hit like it hits the guy. Goes just wraps him up, and he's like restrained, like
Yeah, whenever Rose
because
had
it doesn't say it's not
Hey,
thrown,
fuck
it's
yeah!
restrained, right?
That's this guy here.
Let's see.
You threw it at the carpet.
It opens as a tangled metal of bands. Make an attack range throw. Proficiency on hit. The target is restrained until you take a bonus action to speak the command word again to release it.
And he can
Okay,
make
so
an
he's just
attempt.
restrained.
He can make an attempt to get out of it. DC
20.
But if he doesn't make it,
He's
he's
can't
stuck there for 24
4 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
Bone's probably like the only one who could get out.
so that's the use an item action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, typically it's a ranged attack. but,
That's why I was gonna ask because it does technically say it's an attack. So
So it
can
says
I
range
throw
of-
my psychic
as a
second
bonus
blade?
action, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna take a goblin and just throw one at it.
That's how you go this way. Here.
19.
Hit.
Nope. Not that one. That's all.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
7 points of damage.
Just enough.
No,
Like,
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. So you see this one, he's like running, and then you throw the knife and just get him right in the eye. Just, and he goes, oh, and kind of does the thing. Yeah, the thing was like, ah, because his blood
So
was
one's
still-
restrained, the other one's there. I'm gonna move my way to the door here so I can see these guys.
Yeah, easy enough. See them. You see like, you see these two, and you can maybe see
Actually,
like the
I'm gonna run through the door and get up next to that goblin.
right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like,
Hey. Okay, that's the end of your turn. Odin, it's your turn again.
I'm just gonna slowly walk my way up here.
Intimidation, where he's just like,
I'm gonna attack the guy that's not
and
binding.
you also see that his great sword is just a grounded down iron rail from a railroad. Just grinded down to the shape of a sword.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
All right, go ahead and make an attack.
Reckless.
Reckless with advantage.
Yes. Natural 17. Yeah, I think the natural 17 hits.
Hits. Roll me damage.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Splatters.
That's the other.
Hobgoblin, just a normal hobgoblin.
Oh.
The other one was a hobgoblin captain. So
Second attack on the one that's binded.
okay,
Still reckless. It would be
that's been the second one of those that I've seen.
a natural 15.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage again.
Oh, I was gonna try to question. 7
You
plus
already know how
4
Odin
is
operates.
a little 11 bit. Points of
11. All right, this one also you just cut his head off since he's just like standing there without being protected. All right, and that's the,
I would say cuts it off, more like tears it off, because it's not finely grounded into
fair
a sword.
enough. You just brutally force it way through, so it's like,
Yes.
is it like it's already torn? His head just kind of goes rolling and flying like, ah.
I kind of imagine like the edge of it kind of jagged, like a saw blade a little bit. It's just like sticks, and then like.
Nice. That end your turn?
Yeah.
John, it is your turn.
Alright. Pull my revolvers from my furs. Take my first shot at the one that's in the car.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Sharpshooter.
attack. Sharpshooter, roll an attack.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Six.
You take the
That's
minus
a
5.
6.
You take the minus 5 penalty, don't you?
That's a 6. So
Okay.
I'll take my second shot at it.
Son of a bitch.
That's a 15. My plus 3, so 18.
Not adding my rage damage.
That's what the minus because I have a plus 8.
That hits.
Rookie move.
That is. You know, how much health does a goblin have? You said
I
7.
just roll it's 7, just roll the damage.
Well, it's already a plus 10, so it's already gone.
Yeah, yeah. I want to see what the full damage is now. We'll affect how I describe how this
Okay.
goes.
6 plus 10, so 16.
16 damage. You take that one gun, just like aim, and
Oh, shit.
what happens is you see it like just hit the back of the head, and the whole head just explodes out.
Nice.
And it's like, and you see the body like take a couple extra steps, and then like slowly just falls over, blood kind of squirting out of it the entire time it's happening.
Fun battle, wasn't it?
That works. And I'm gonna take my movement.
You went from the
10,
hardest character to kill to possibly the easiest. So.
extra.
Already knocked out first round.
20, 25, 30.
Without damaging a snow goblin.
And then I'm gonna
'Cause it's a
use
spell.
my.
Okay, now
No,
here's also the thing. From this angle,
I was gonna use
you can
Firebolt when
see
they're all pumped up in the
a bugbear.
a bugbear standing on the other side of the door.
Oh hell!
A big bugbear, like 7'2".
With a sword that is covered in blood.
7'10", I thought.
Now, is goblin blood a different color than human blood?
No.
Did you see blood covering?
And-
Blood covered all.
But I also did not see a
Ten.
bugbear with the group that
You
passed
did not
through.
see a bugbear with this original group, no. You just saw hobgoblins and a goblin. You also, I'd say, well, the window's not big enough to see the bodies lying on the floor. You just see him standing in blood with a sword.
And I would definitely feel the
And you also see this weird force field looking thing, like this weird shimmer coming over his body too.
Okay. I am actually going to, instead of attacking him with my action surge or my bonus action attack, I'm going to use my bonus action.
Technically,
Use-
you would have another. You would have another attack.
Yeah, my bonus action attack.
No, you still have your second attack of your.
I rolled
attack
2
action.
attacks.
You only
The
did-
first one missed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. You guys just blowing through everything right
Nope.
now. So.
I'm actually going to use my second wind after that the
Okay.
unfortunate event with.
With your action surge,
With-
or no, it's a bonus action.
It's a
Now,
bonus
I do
action.
have the shield pinned to my thing.
That means absolutely nothing to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Not to me.
I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if the goblins would have said anything about it either.
And I'm back at full.
Ah, they weren't paying attention. They saw a bugbear.
They probably couldn't see that far away. Looking at
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
actually
I
blew
walked
me up.
in with
I got
them.
15 out of that, so. And I only.
No,
damaged
that's what I'm
13,
saying.
so
From
that's
where
the
they
end
were
of my
standing
turn.
to,
Okay.
to your chest.
Yeah.
They probably
So-
didn't see that far.
Okay, it's the hobgoblin's turn. They're dead.
You are welcome.
Malcolm, it's your turn. You're
I'm
unconscious.
unconscious.
Gideon,
Finally!
it is your turn.
Okay,
There's
so,
2 goblins left in here.
So we got
Jump over the chair and slash.
I don't know why I keep looking at this map. It's not like I gotta figure out my next turn.
Just gotta figure out which side you're gonna roll on.
Okay, so you're here. You'd have to go backwards to get this way.
oh yeah.
So these 2 you can see. They're in the same cart with you.
I was gonna go try to heal Joffrey, but he's too far.
You don't know that.
You have no
you've
idea
never
that
met
he
me. You don't
exists.
know
Yep.
that I'm. Yeah.
You have
Oh, yeah,
no
I
idea
don't
who
know
Joffrey
Nope.
is. You were never in the same car with him.
Yeah,
The
you
only
just-
one that knows anything about him is John here, and no one else knows anything about John either.
It was a
I
50,
do,
it was a 50-50
but I don't know that
chance.
that's-
It was a 50-50 chance. The 50 chance was the first 50 was gonna be I was gonna pop my action surge and fire 2 shots at you.
No, that's a good. That's a good way to.
Or
to
the
roll
other
by.
was I'm gonna heal myself because I'm already hurt.
Okay, so
That's a good way to do it.
Dick, step forward and
Okay.
attack this hobgoblin or this
Alright.
goblin.
This goblin. Go ahead and roll an attack.
I thought you said I'm gonna attack this
12.
alcohol.
Huh?
Got
Yeah.
12 plus that's with my long sword 6,
6.
so 18.
18. That hits. Or are you making one-handed or two-handed attack?
Well, I still have it in the air from pulling out the sheet and slicing.
Well, but you also have seconds to move, so you can readjust.
If you want to.
So if you wanted to do the.
I'm just gonna do it and just bring it down.
Just one-handed. Okay.
One-handed.
Then you walk a couple, kind of step over to slice it down. Okay, roll damage for that.
So 8 plus 5 is 13.
Okay, that's the wrong die.
Should be a D8.
Should be a D8 plus 2. That's a
Di-
D12.
diamond looking one.
No, that's this one.
1 plus
You'll get used to 'em.
5.
Yeah.
And so in the
So,
future, if you
1
use
plus
2
5?
demons, you use that one.
Okay.
1 plus 5?
Yeah, 6.
So that's a total of 6. So you cut down deep, and it looks like he's barely holding on, but he's standing. He's like,
And as a special, I do get to attack twice whenever I
yes.
attack
Yeah,
action.
you could go ahead
So,
and make
I'm
it.
gonna attack him again.
Okay. Roll the attack.
The fighter.
5 plus
Oh.
11.
2 fighters. That's
So
what
11?
Party.
That just misses. So you only hit him once, and then as he's kind of spinning around, you go to attack again, and it just kind of just misses him as arms flails.
Spray a little shit, isn't it?
You have, I'd say, since you had to get over the chair, I'd say you probably have 20 more feet of movement if you want to move around.
Now, as a fighter, you also do have the action surge ability
Yeah.
if you want to use it.
You could get 2 more attacks if you want to, if you burn your action surge.
And don't forget you have your
Yes.
fighting spirit too. Okay.
What?
So
That one's new.
yeah, for his fighting spirit, if you remember wherever it's
Oh, it's over here.
will certainly be in your features and traits.
Three features and traits.
So fighting spirit as a bonus action, give yourself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of your current turn, and give yourself 5 temporary HP.
Oh.
You get 3 of those a day.
Well, damn.
Yeah, so you can burn one of those if you like.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm gonna hold.
I want to be a wizard. I want to be a good wizard.
He'll be a good
I want to
one.
be a wake
I say, if some people weren't
woke
too-
wizard.
14, 20.
Okay, so
Unnatural 20.
unnatural 20, that hits. So go ahead and roll damage die. Are you still doing one-handed or 2 now?
I'm doing 2 now.
Okay, so you get to roll D10 now, which is that one there.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Miss.
4 plus 3 is 7.
7 points of damage. So this time you finish your way through. He's dead.
And I'm gonna step forward.
Okay, I say use your rest of your movement, stepping over chairs.
And attack this one.
You
with
have
my
one more
last
attack. Roll your attack, and you're doing two-handed this time.
17.
Yeah, whatever.
Plus, I mean it does hit.
23.
So yeah, it hits. Go ahead and roll damage with your D10.
What?
Yeah, 1,
Plus 3 to 4.
4. You again doesn't go all the way through. He's still alive and trying to haul
You
away
sure it's a
from you.
+3 to your attack damage?
Yeah, 1d10 plus 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
here's actually the thing. I actually recommend you never actually doing two-handed attacks because the way his fighting style is dueling, so he gets a +5 if he does a single-handed instead of a +3 when he does. So I would probably not do that. I probably just, go ahead and just roll d8. So we'll change that since you didn't know that. 6 plus 5, 11. So yeah, this one's dead. You just like him with one hand.
So now, are you gonna dual wield with your Chozo?
So you're gonna be.
No, she said the figurehead.
Probably she's thinking about it. Yeah, we'll live with a stomp.
I just thought maybe you were kind of crabby after almost getting killed.
So, because if you dual wield, you can technically get
I need that you killed it.
you don't get added
No, it says
bonuses to it.
you're crabby after I almost
You
got you
used your
killed.
movement. You have a bonus action to use if you want.
I was perfectly safe.
No, I'm
No, I'm still got 3 more on me.
I'm sure you're shaking in your boots.
Well, they're scared of me right now. I just appeared out of nowhere, and basically we just annihilated them.
Well, you have second wind, but you haven't been damaged yet.
Yeah, so,
You have your fight spirit, but that one
Be
you
able
have
to kill anything.
I probably say you don't have an actual.
yeah, I don't have.
You'll be able to.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
You will get
So-
some of the most devastating attacks in the game.
So top,
you will.
top of the round, it's the goblin's turn. This one, after you just run through, this goes. These two continue to make a run forward. And they're going to dash and get stuck here. And you're like, shit! You hear them as they shit and goblin, like, no way to go! And then that's the end of their turn.
I can jump off the train if
It is Geoffrey's turn. He's unconscious.
they running 80
Now it is
miles an
Valentine's
hour.
turn.
I'm just gonna look and go, ground. You two up there, you can surrender
He's gonna
or
use his
die.
reaction to get on the ground. He's going to use his reaction to get on the ground.
This is I just look up there and I go, you two, you can surrender or die, and this is in Goblin.
Okay. We're to wait till their round. If I want to.
So I'm gonna move up just a little bit, but I'm going to like, that's kind of a little intimidation.
Okay, go ahead and make an intimidation.
Psylocke.
The defiled.
Sit in.
5. So they're scared, but you don't add any extra scaredness
Yes.
to it. Alright.
You're
So, Bowden
confused bird now.
is your turn.
Do your knives make a lightsaber sound? No.
They disappear.
Okay, so I'm gonna look down the doorway towards Brock, or towards
Valentine.
Val, and see that he's got them taken care of, and I know that's the car that's secure, right? I know that car up there is secure.
You know that,
So I'm gonna start walking back that way down that train.
yeah. Shit. Yeah, you do that. And then you meet face to face with John here.
Do I see any other goblins?
No.
I'm gonna put my weapon away. I mean no harm.
John, it's your turn.
Do I believe it? That's the big question.
Inside check.
At disadvantage because you're prejudiced racist.
I'm not that racist.
Everybody
Then it
probably should be racist
Well,
against me for being fair.
everyone's a little bit racist.
Yeah, but I've been living out in
There's
the
a song
woods. I've been
about that.
interacting with
Avenue
the
Q.
tribes.
Everyone's a little bit racist.
Out of pretty much everyone who would have experience with your people,
Goblins? You know, like this?
yeah, he has. Him and Val probably have the most
Double
experience
check
out of anybody.
something.
He's
I
been
think I
act-
actually have advantage on insight.
He's been interacting with a lot of different tribes. So.
You have advantage with insight?
Yep, I have advantage on insight checks
Ah,
Nice.
because of my stone rune.
Because you're a stoner?
Yes.
well.
The world, though, man. Yeah, advantage on, yeah.
17.
You believe him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
You believe him. He's not being deceitful.
Your Bowden's having an awful hour.
All right.
All right. Okay, it's the Hog's turn. They're dead. It's Malcolm's turn. He's unconscious. Gideon, it's your turn tonight. Again, as everyone just kind of left you by yourself.
I guess since I can see through the window, see this.
Yeah, you can see that's going on. Yeah.
I'm gonna start heading back this way.
Okay. This way you walk in and you
Bugbear
come
bite.
in. You
Oh,
come
I
in
know
be-
about the bugbear.
You come in behind Bowden here and see John standing there. Just kind of had like this weird, awkward standoff, just looking around.
Just give him a little.
I've got like a bear headdress on my head with like this long beard
Dude, I was ready
coming
for that
down.
dragon. This does not surprise me. At all.
It's pretty cool, but it's not an owlbear cloak.
All right. So.
This is just what I've meant it to
Alright,
be.
it's the goblin's turn. This one just jumps off the train. Alright, a bad roll. Roll natural 8. He actually runs into and lands in front of the tire, just explodes.
Does the other one see this?
Yeah, the other one's like,
Hey, running on the backside, can you take my rod?
looks back at you, goes, ah, fuck, and he just gets down on the ground.
I'll send you a message and say that 2 of them surrendered. One's meat.
Say yeet.
I'll say.
We trained the
I
other
said
one.
meat, but I'll say ground meat instead, just so you don't think I said yeet.
Ground meat.
Brown goblin.
So I will go up
I'll say-
and
I will-
tie their hands together with some rope that I've got.
I'll
You
reply
could-
that
you
I'm
could actually-
searching the train.
Will I have handcuffs?
I'd say sure, yeah, you do.
You are a kinky motherfucker.
Got those bindings? And...
The bindings like roll off and you're just sitting over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They can way back into their ball form after.
So I've got the ball form, but do I carry like sheriff's?
I'd say you have a
cuffs?
couple of handcuffs, yeah.
So I'll just cuff them and I'll throw them in our private cabin.
Well, here's also the thing. You get there and realize the window's completely broken out of the...
Ah. Hey, you. Point with you at the cabin.
Yeah?
Just trade me seats for a little bit. I gotta lock these bastards up.
Yeah, you see like these bloody goblins and like... Okay, you're covered in blood, and it was like,
Yeah.
alright. You get up and they're like sitting there and they're like, it's a little chilly. 'cause
It's
the wind's
alright.
just blowing
It'll
through.
be just a minute. I'll throw them in, I'll shut the door, and I'll tie some rope around it.
Alright, yeah.
So it's not gonna go anywhere.
If you're tying a knot, you go ahead and make a knot tying check. You either use your intelligence or your dexterity modifier.
I
Dexterity.
wonder which one, the rogue's gonna use.
10.
Okay.
And then I will go up to the. This is what I'm not doing. I'm gonna walk up to the security guys and knock on the door.
That's all racket, man.
Any problems here?
We're good.
Got any cells?
Like, he pauses a minute and goes, I mean, besides the one I'm in?
Let me ask you this. Would you like to watch a couple of goblins for me till we get to Dodge? You can put guns on while you want.
I mean, the honest answer is no, but I will.
All right, I'll bring him up to you in a couple minutes.
Okay.
Just
Guys, we got some prisoners incoming. Your son goes, great, I haven't had a punching bag in a while. No.
hey,
Maybe.
No.
you can rough him up a little bit.
Maybe a bit.
They did just try to rob the train.
They just tried to rob a train, but alright, a bit works for me.
And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go grab the goblins, throw them into them with them, and then I'm gonna start going through the train, and being like, okay, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, so you're walking through bodies, you see...
I want to find the sack that they put my 50 gold in. I want my 50 gold.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh shit! I would have picked up the bag actually, because it was in that first room.
You go well
with
make an
it, yeah.
investigation. Well, it was in this room. You can go ahead and make an investigation check as well.
18.
18.
Investigation?
Yeah.
7.
So I'd say that you actually look through all these real quick, can't find it, then you buck into this next room about the same time you come in to start looking for it. Like, you know, like you, and he sees you, like you see him getting the bag of gold. You look at each other.
Alright, well, hey. Did they take something from me? Okay. Those guns, I see your guns, right?
Well, they were hidden underneath my furs, but
I heard some extra gunshots a little bit ago. Did you take care of a couple of them?
one.
Okay.
There's 2 injured individuals in the back, but they're gonna live.
Okay, that's good. Valentine, by the way.
John.
Did you see my bugbear friend?
Yes, I almost shot him.
Sorry, I didn't have time to warn everybody. So.
Well, he spoke very eloquently and stopped me from shooting him.
Well, he is good at that, surprisingly. So, I'll start walking back towards the back and, you know what? I'll message you. Hey, Bowden. Let's, search through these bodies as we check them out the door. Carry in for the bros.
I'm gonna search the rest of the train, make sure there's no more.
Okay, take Gideon with you. He's the one in the dress robes.
the dress.
I'll just point at you, like, come with me.
So which direction are we going? This way or back?
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
towards
start
Bernice.
scouring through the bodies. I'm gonna talk to you like, let's just scour the bodies, pick anything we can, and let's just chuck them out the window.
So we're walking
Works
back,
for me.
right? The train. So we're gonna
So
see
you
the
guys
bodies.
scour. Go ahead and make
They're
new investigation
laying
checks
there
since you're
in a
scouring the
minute.
bodies.
Yeah, I'm gonna find those 2 pistols that first goblin had. And I'm gonna pick those up.
Oh yeah.
If I find these 2 laying on the ground, I'm gonna pick them up and put them in seats.
Well, actually, he's already in
Yeah.
the seat. I already touched
You
him.
may be
Okay.
out on one of the seats.
Well, if he's still laying on the ground.
I don't know
still
that
laying on the ground.
Well,
It's like-
am I on the ground? I never stood up. I didn't even have a
Wait,
chance.
what?
I yelled at him, and they shot me. I'm pretty sure I fell over in my chair.
I said you're probably lying in your seat.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to pay any. He did pay attention, but he's more like reluctant because like you're the idiot that started this mess.
And I saw that you were at least alive and going to live, so I walked
Yeah.
away.
So I see the 2 of them, and innately know
Yeah, we know
he's
they're
responsible
on
for his own fate. So I walk over to Joffrey and I cast Healing Hands.
You can do that?
Yeah, it's an ability, yeah.
Great. What do I get?
+5. And cheer up.
Okay.
And then I stand. No. Well, make sure what he gets, because you actually might have to roll it for it. I'm not sure. It could be just 5 HP. It might be just.
And restores 5 hit points.
It's based off your level, so you get 5 HP back. Joffrey.
Unfortunately, I can't do that twice.
It worked out.
I'm passed out. I don't care.
Oh, what the hell? And he kind of freezes for a minute and looks around and is everyone safe? He's like,
You would probably see my ass walking walking into a cattle car.
Trail of
You're
blood.
7'2", right?
10.
7'10". I'm see a 7'10" bugbear just boom, 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 walking towards the back of the carriage.
What's left of it?
Well, yeah, I mean it's still there. Just all the door. You see all the doors missing. You see like blood. It like You see blood and a single top hat like laying like right here in the middle of the and all the doors gone.
Yeah, because like,
What?
there's like a
God, we
trail
weren't
on the
awake for the
line.
doors
What's
closing.
name happened here?
Iran.
So who's in the room with you right now? Is it just Gideon and
This is Gideon and the unconscious Malcolm.
what?
Malcolm, and then yeah, you're in the cattle car.
Where
I
did
am
everybody
looking
go?
for
What?
any injured horses.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I heard some noise. I'm like, what's going on?
Like cat.
Might be taking a picture, but go ahead and make a medicine check on the horses. Horses and cattle.
Medicine check?
Yes.
That's intelligence, isn't it?
No, it's wisdom.
Oh.
Get excited, like yeah, intelligence. No.
12.
12. Everything looks fine, except like most of the back is actually missing, not just the door. So this one wasn't made for comfort, so it's mostly a wooden frame.
Yeah.
So most of the back's missing, and there's like a single horse just in the middle, just sitting there staring at you.
Is the only horse left?
No, there's just one. No,
Oh.
the rest of them are in there, but this one somehow got out of its pen.
Is it one of our horses? Or I'm not there actually.
So, yeah.
Questions.
We have to roll for that here in a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
See
Well,
whose
we'll
horses
see
are
whose
now.
horse
Do I
it is.
recognize the horse?
Okay, go ahead and make a.
This is
Just
what I was
roll
worried
a
about.
D20, see if you recognize the horse.
16.
16. You do not recognize the horse, so you know it's not yours and it's not Valentine's.
Does it have a harness on it?
Yes, it's harnessed.
Oh.
Actually, no, none of them are harnessed because they were on a long journey and they didn't have the harness and tack on them while they were on the journey.
Do I see a harness laying around?
Yes.
Maybe hanging on the wall or something?
Yeah, you do.
I'll pull it off, put it on the horse, tie the horse up.
All right. Just keeps looking at you though, like making weird, like side eye contact on the side.
With a side boob.
What do you want?
He wants your body.
If you don't stop looking at me, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna walk away.
I rolled a 21 on that
So
investigation.
you find a total of 47 bullets scattered throughout these guys.
Pistol bullets.
17. Yeah, pistol bullets. You also find one bullet that's in a red box. You find 14 gold pieces that were not in the sack. Inside the sack, you do find a bag full of 750 gold pieces.
No, he handed me the sack after he
Handed
pulled
him
it.
the sack back.
Yeah, but it was one of the ones where you were searching through and looking for stuff.
Okay.
You found that really
You
good
I
said-
found the other sack. There's
You
another
said
one.
47 bullets, right?
Yes. And then one bullet that's in a red box.
Total 70 bullets then.
Let's see, I got my 50, so I got 800 gold. Out of that. Okay.
At this time, you guys all feel the train starting to slow down.
Did I find the two pistols that one goblin had? The one that had the really nice nickel-plated ones? The two revolvers?
I'd say when you get to this room, you do. Find it.
Mind if I take these?
So
Huh?
Mind if I take these?
Yeah, you're good. I look at my pistol going, oh, those are nice.
are there a bunch of dead goblins
Okay.
in that
You
car?
want this one?
So in this one,
So I'll
not
keep one in my bag.
there was only one. There are several of them.
No, this is the one I'm in.
No, there was only one there.
No, this one.
So there was only one in this one.
Okay.
So I gave him one of the pistols.
Okay,
I
give
kept
him
the other
one.
one.
Okay.
I'm guessing they're just straight pistols, just has like
Yeah,
pistols.
they just somebody decked them out. Someone had them customized.
Got that bling bling.
Wasn't scary.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
where
mine-
are
mine are
the
actually-
premium game price.
Where are
Well,
the
mine are
rest
actually
of the
really nice too
passengers
because
that-
I've been
The rest of the
working on
passengers
those
are just
guns
like-
with tools.
They're shoulder shocked. They're just like, what the hell? They're all talking like jabbering, like, is everything okay?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
I don't know.
So after the bodies have officially been out, I
It's
will.
like been chucking where you're throwing them out and
Are you back in the passenger car?
just like toss and turn.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you
after
survived. What
after I
happened?
checked on the cattle, I would have started making my way back up to the
Okay.
personal car.
What was that thing came tearing through?
I honestly don't know. This guy that I think you saw walk through in some sort of robe
guys
type
in
dress
Guy with
thing.
ponytail?
Yeah, he had
Fine, I'm here with you.
pull a rod out of his backpack
He's in
and
the
just
car.
pressed a button, and all of a sudden, just fuck all hell went
Yeah,
loose.
about tore my fingers off.
I don't know what the fuck it
You
was.
see his arm, it's like all beaten and bloody, and there's blood running down.
I mean, we'll get it checked out.
Where are you guys at right now?
Huh?
Where are you guys at?
We're
in this
working our
main
way
car.
back
Okay,
towards
so
the
you're right,
passenger
you're-
cars.
Make the way downtown.
So after the passenger cars, I will say I'll start making the announcements, kind of as I'm guessing I'm like the authority on this stupid train right
Pretty
now.
much, yeah.
I will say,
Yeah,
All
even, even the bartender, he was there the entire time, was like, I know, I have no idea how to deal with this situation at all.
all right. So, attention passengers. You just experienced your first train robbery, most likely. The Goblinoid pack has been dealt with. I've heard a couple of you have been wounded. As soon as we get to Dodge, we'll try to seek medical attention. For those of you who have given up your possessions, I need a written request of everything you had, and bring it up to the passenger car where it will be divvied out.
Right after you say that, you hear someone goes, oh, just like the Penny Dreadfuls, how exciting!
Yes, but I will be reading each note carefully. You will get what is fairly given to you.
As I'm walking by all these people, I was like, make sure it's detailed.
If people get thrown back.
By the
And
way,
then most of these people like see the badge on you and they're like, yeah.
By the way,
Confused by it.
my name is Valentine Rowe. I'm with the Institute of Monster Control. This is my partner, Bowden Blackstone.
Odin of the Blackstone tribe.
It's gonna be his last name soon.
My ears would perk up at the Institute of Monster Control mention.
Absolutely.
If you guys will kindly come up one at a time before we get off the train, your possessions will be given back out to you in an orderly fashion. Thank you. We've disposed of the bodies. You're good to come up to the front. If you have any problems or concerns, come up now and we'll talk.
At the end of your little speech, I'll go up to you and say, I think I can help with the disposal of the bodies. And I'll pick.
They're gone.
Oh, I thought didn't you say?
No,
you
we
were
threw 'em
gonna
out the
go-
window.
Out the window.
What was the last thing you said?
I said the bodies have been disposed
Oh,
of.
have been disposed of. Okay, well, never mind. I don't approach you.
So everyone comes up
You
and
know,
gives you
decompose.
the detailed report of the items
No,
they're
I was
missing
gonna
and the back,
make one of them.
including
The 750 gold one, I'm like,
yeah, Gideon
Yeah.
comes up there and he has like not Gideon,
Joffrey.
Joffrey comes up and he's like, here's it's a 750 gold pieces. And he's just like this huge sack that takes up most of that bag.
alright. If you have this much funding, why the hell are you not in the private cabins?
What? Sorry.
More main reason because you're a half elf.
Check.
Yeah.
I kept that bag.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
kept
was-
that 750 gold
Oh.
piece bag. 'Cause
What?
I found it was a separate bag. Didn't you say it was a separate
Well,
bag?
it was in that other one.
Oh, okay, then no, I wouldn't have.
There, yeah, you said you gave me back the
Yeah, I
bag.
gave you back that bag.
I just said if you noticed it when you were
Okay,
going
I
through
thought
it.
he was saying that it was a separate bag that they kept separate.
No, no.
Never mind, keep going.
well,
So,
I was
I will-
told there wasn't any occupancy remaining on the train.
Yeah, there was like 4 like empty cabins up front. I had no idea.
Well,
I fully appreciate the pretextual nature of that.
do you,
particular?
are you actually, letting your ears fly?
Mhm.
Okay.
So he's well dressed.
Yes. So yeah,
You can
I'm.
describe yourself now, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in an all black, like a 3-piece kind of suit with the vest and everything, and the jacket kind of hangs down to my knees, and it's pinstriped. And I've got a black, not quite cowboy hat, not quite fedora. Very clean. like no dust or grime on me anywhere. I've got white hair that's very trim and neat, and then like Colonel Custer type facial hair with a mustache and the goatee, but again really neat and trim and waxed, and then a pair of half moon spectacles on the bridge of my nose.
Are you really Southern?
Like,
Are you going with that Southern type style clothing and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was, yeah.
If Valentine could ask him outside of in character if you want, if he's from the South.
Oh, are you from the South?
I was born and raised in Richmond.
Alright.
You can imagine how fun that was for me.
Well, as you can tell from my occupation, that I don't prefer, or I don't have racial profiling on any means.
And bless
So-
you for it, sir.
Awesome. Bowden, will you take Mr. Finely Dressed Man here?
Joffrey Lovecraft.
Mr.
folks
Joffrey.
Most folks call me the Maestro.
All right. And our friend Gideon here, take him up to the private car for me. I'm gonna go back to the back, and I guess we'll get Malcolm and we'll start dragging his ass to the private car. Considering he's
He's
still
unconscious, like in the seat. Like you see, like bullet wounds that have clotted up and like. Yeah.
He needs to come up and be put somewhere.
I'd say, Joffrey, you would have, when you heard Institute Monster Control, you would have recognized that as what kind of institution it is.
Okay.
What you're under. You've actually seen some information that your former boss has filled out or read through concerning things about that.
And like what kind of information?
Information like problems they've solved, bounties that have been out, some of the issues that he's had signed directly for them to solve, like abyssal events. So,
Oh, my boss.
Your boss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I guess I'll start walking further into the car, but follow me.
I will follow.
Yeah.
the
And
bear.
before I depart, though, I let that, because he seems to be in charge, know that I am at your disposal. Let me know however I can help.
We'll get there in a
I
minute.
could, you know, when I'm awake anyway, I can be somewhat useful.
You realize now, he's well kept, but he's pale and he doesn't look too great.
Oh, and his suit is full of
And
holes.
he's naturally, like, even if he wasn't almost dead, he's pretty gaunt
Covered in
anyway.
tobacco.
He's got, and covered in tobacco, which he cleans, by the way.
Yeah, he like pulls out like it's picking and it hurts real bad. Like going like,
Yeah.
tender out.
Yeah, I'll cast precipitation over and over again.
The only reason he used tobacco because he didn't have any moss to shove in it. So
Tobacco is something that feeds better.
So I will also go back to the back after before this, and we'll bring Malcolm and put him in the private car
it's
too.
just unconscious half
Yeah,
elven
this
body.
unconscious man. Oh, hey, look, another
You
half
can
elf.
describe yourself as your unconscious just flopping around as you're trying to get.
I'm fucking identical to him, apparently.
See, two
I mean,
pinstripe suit
I got the suit. I mean,
Mine's like in an old western, like a middle class.
my suit does not go down the jacket.
Yeah.
Does not go down the knees though. Mine cuts off at the waist. What's left of it, I guess. At this
So it's almost
point.
like twins, apparently.
Apparently so.
I wonder if
This
they
was
know each
not
other.
this was not discussed.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit scary.
I wonder if they know each other. So I'm pure passing. John, can I get you to come up with me for a few minutes too?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, that's fine.
At this point, you hear the conductor finally comes out of our business. Ladies and gentlemen, the train will be stopping in probably the next hour. We hope you enjoyed your trip with us this week.
That's fairly similar. I mean,
I'll be handing out review sheets for suggestions on how we can make this a better trip for you.
Let's goblins! Yeah, let's goblins!
I'm
well,
sorry,
maybe not even.
the goblins were actually a paid extra that were happened to be on a discount this time, so we'd be taking extra tickets. You want to go, oh, that's great, we can pay for our own Western experience? Yeah. And the son goes, and also, can you just let, and Miss Telegraph and Mrs. Thomas Kincaid, and you're like, who's that? Like, turns out it's a famous painter. That, her husband's dead. He got in the way of one of the props. It was terrible. It was an accident.
We'll be sending her 5 silver pieces as
Silver pieces. That's not even what Jesus sold Jesus for.
compensation.
Still working out the kinks, people. By the way, I still have this bag now, and I'll assume after all of this has gone through, there'll still be a little gold left in that bag from the guy that got destroyed.
I don't even have the gold
There's
ass for my
it's
gold
actually
bag.
not, there's actually not gold. There's a pocket watch.
Pocket watch.
And it's and inside the pocket watch, you look. It's a picture of him, his daughter, and his wife all together in a lovely baby picture.
I'll bring the conductor over. You're gonna compensate him 5 silver pieces.
Yeah, that's from the box. It's usually more than normal. Usually, it's only 2 copper pieces.
Yeah.
People.
Yo, he's at the
I
color
hand the watch over.
now.
That was his.
We'll make sure his family gets it.
2 gold pieces. They better show up, and I'll double check.
Intimidation.
17.
Yes, sir. They will most definitely show up.
I get.
Puzzles his way through, handing out survey sheets as he's going.
So now I guess we'll go to our card.
Okay, go to the card.
Yeah. Now I have the group here, except for passed out motherfucker here. Gentlemen, thank you for your help. Gideon, John, I know you took out a couple of them. I don't really understand what you guys were trying to do, but you guys got shot. And I mean, a lot of times.
I was more than happy to not get shot. But when the shots started firing, I immediately sprang into action and tried to get as many of the civilians out of that passenger car
I have heard.
as I could.
My
And of
question to
course-
you, since the two, I only know you were in there. I don't know if you were in there at all, because I have not talked about this yet. I know for a fact that you guys were in the back of the train, and I know I found him. So my question to you two that are up is, what the hell happened? What started the gunfight?
Well, I was asleep, minding my own business, and then the door exploded.
Wait,
The door at the other end of the train exploded.
The one that's not there anymore.
yes, I
Well,
understand.
none of the doors are there anymore.
They're both not there. It exploded and this group came in. And this dingbat, and I kicked the guy laying on the floor.
I'm smoking a cigar and I
Decided-
tap my ashes onto him.
Decided that
Hey,
he was going to attempt something. And I don't know what, but they loaded him up.
You certainly didn't take too kindly to being robbed.
He attempted to get civilians out, as admirable as it was. Unfortunately, the goblins were not close enough for me to do anything. So,
you were the smart one. You should have let him pass. You know this train has other people on it. We took care of it.
Well, I didn't know
Basically, the
you-
three of
I
us.
didn't know you were on it.
Right. You should have let him pass and then come in behind. It's called
That's-
strategy.
that was my plan.
There was already a ruckus of brewing toward the front of the door.
As Joffrey tries to explain, well, the other half-elf gentleman there was the one that started the gunfight first.
In
And I have-
between myself and the door.
The one that's like unconscious.
So you're telling me this dumbass here is the one that started the whole damn thing?
Well, I mean, as far back as we want to go, I think the goblins truly started it. The massacre part, the massacre part of it, though, yes, this dumbass right here was the first one slinging lead. This hothead, perhaps, might be good.
If in anything, I would suggest tying him up.
Does anybody have any way to make this guy come come back to consciousness so I can ask him some questions.
I got any spell salts?
I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna reach down and shake him really hard.
So herbals, you could like if you had the herbs, you could make a health potion, but it would take you like a day to do it.
I want to reach down and shake him really hard and see if it'll wake him up.
Like really hard? Okay, make a strength check.
Next snap. 9.
9.
Roll 5.
Okay, so doesn't really do anything.
Like you just.
Bowden! Nope, I'm out of ideas.
Anybody got liquor?
Not all me.
I'm of the experience with a little bit of that
I'm gonna-
strong stuff.
I've got
under
I'm
there.
gonna go to the
Everybody got
bar.
hiccups.
Go to the bar.
On the train.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, give me your hardest stuff.
We call it lava whiskey.
He pulls out. I got you something. He pulls out something like I made it myself, and it's just a bottle of whiskey, and there's a rattlesnake head at the very bottom of it.
I'm gonna grab it and walk away.
Okay.
3 X's
But that
on the
that
outside of it.
that okay.
I'll walk up to you back here.
Then you see some.
What is that gruesome
Alright.
concoction?
At this point, I'm actually going to say it's been 3 hours, so
4.
4 hours.
4.
So it's
Yeah.
now you're starting to come awake to somebody with this rancid concoction. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
I know it's gonna happen.
Passes back out.
Make another death saving throw.
15?
I believe that is a 15 there, kind sir.
Okay, well, 15 then.
15.
Ooh,
15.
you
So you
watching
succeed.
Kyle's
On the,
rolls?
you succeed. So you take no acid damage as these fumes hit your face. Where it's like, oh, and you come right awake. Like,
Neat trick. We'll save that one for later. My friend here
The
really
hell
likes.
is
Let's take a drink
that?
of it.
make a Constitution saving throw.
My friend here really likes. Oh shit! There he goes.
I believe we call that a tunnel snake.
Don't
No.
roll.
No! No! You
Con
don't.
saving throw.
14. You actually have proficiency in Constitution saving throw, right? Yeah. I rolled an 8 though.
Okay, you succeed, but you still take. That was 23 halved, 12 points
Damn.
of acid damage.
Battery acid. Well.
Somebody please stop
Like
already.
it burns, but it
Obnoxious.
doesn't stop burning for a while.
So anyway,
I cast Mage Hand real quick and I put the cork back on it.
And you do that. What color is your mage hand?
Purple.
Purple.
And I also kind of crack a window.
That's a rank smell.
where the hell am I?
Senior Joffrey, hold up, you.
Yes, sir.
Are you a spellcaster by chance?
Very much so.
Do you have your license?
I do.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
I do. Yeah.
You do.
Yes. Yes. I received it when I joined the army as a
You actually got it before that. You got your license from after successfully graduating the University of Richmond Magic School.
They let me do that.
That part of graduating was getting your. They let you go to that school. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like a hero's
Yeah.
license.
Yes. You were talented.
And I'll pull out my license.
So what are you licensed to practice in?
So, here's the thing. You also have a letter on you from President Abraham Lincoln that authorizes you to use your particular brand new brand of magic.
Okay.
You can use all the schools of magic of spells that you know, including the ones that you have invented.
I'll show him the paperwork and pedigree.
And you say that he's specialized in the school of magic that you've never heard of before, called firearms magic.
It's a relatively new branch of magic, you
As
understand?
in new, as in he's the only one that knows how to do it.
So you're more of a combat based.
Well, when circumstance necessitates.
I would say he's a specialist. Yeah, right? That's the right word, right?
That's a marvelous way. Bowden, is it?
Yes.
That's a marvelous way.
I think that's the biggest word I've ever heard.
Circumstances required solutions that had not yet been perfected or thought of during the war.
Well, stick around. you're looking for work, I may have it for you.
My availability is somewhat flexible.
Alright. Now, you,
Yes?
what's your name?
What's it to you?
You're the idiot that started this whole thing. from what
I'll
I've
tell
been
you, the
told.
goblin started it.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? No.
How tall am I? I actually didn't list the height.
You didn't roll
Roll
for
for it.
Dude,
1 foot.
when have I had time?
Roll a d6.
I mean, we've been talking about this for like 3 months now.
There we go.
You're
4.
4 feet high.
Yeah, 4 feet.
Do you actually want to use the modifiers for height?
It might matter later
You're
though.
gonna be like a minute
Anyway.
and a half up otherwise.
We'll continue going while we get that taken care of. Again, from everything that I've been told, and from everything that I heard, you're the one that picked the fight, and you're the one that's on the ground.
Let's include
He
it.
showed up with the gun, he
Blade
started
itself
it.
is probably about 5.
You're really trying to argue.
Return Bowden.
Out of character, making sure.
Sir Bowden.
So
is it?
have you said his name yet?
Not yet.
I'm gonna take my sword and like shove it into the ground right next to you.
Only 2d8.
2d8.
These bullet holes in my clothes are gonna drive me crazy.
6, 7.
So that's about 13.
Anybody got a sword?
Okay, so 4'9" plus 13 inches.
So 5 foot 10.
5 foot. You're 5'10", and then do 2d4.
7.
7. That can't be right.
See a chunky boy?
He's a badass.
So here's the thing. It says it's 110 times 2d4.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
sorry, what?
So you're 707 pounds.
Can't be right.
No, that is accurate for a snake for No, that is totally accurate.
He couldn't have even got in the train!
Times 2d4 pounds.
Yeah, no, he's right. That's how much you fucking
Holy
weigh.
shit.
Badass.
Badass.
You don't have to keep that one with you.
No,
No,
he had-
you
no,
care, we'll
no,
go with this.
How is he not
I'm
bullet
down with this.
How is the train still
I'm down with
moving?
the thickness.
How heavy are you?
770 pounds. How much do you weigh?
300 and something?
It took like all 3 of you to like drag him to the...
I'm damn near a half ton.
I had a lunch with Cecily.
And he trying to intimidate me.
I had to like freaking tug on him through the doorways because it wouldn't fit.
I'm thinking,
I'm pretty sure I bought 2 seats on that train.
I had to turn him sideways to get it through.
You were just sitting by yourself because you're half...
I am 300.
Because there was no room.
I am 2 pounds shy of 400.
I don't think you're 700 pounds.
I think that might be a typo or something, but...
It's gotta be.
No.
Oh boy.
I honestly, because you're more, but you'd be dead, I would think. I mean, I may have to...
I mean, I am 5'11", just about 6, and I weigh a little over 300 pounds at this point. You are a chunky boy. Couple questions for you, sir.
Yes.
First off, what the fuck was that rod?
That was a keepsake from my master. He gave it to me before I came to the west. It's called the movable rod. Its purpose is in the name.
So you're saying that that rod is still sitting in the place you press the button, which is the reason why it tore the doors off of this whole entire carriage. And all the carriages behind it.
You said that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking with him on this one, wouldn't you not use that on a moving train?
I mean, he's right.
Do we have Do I know if there's telegraphs on
Bang
this
myself
train
in
right
my
now?
head.
Or do I have to wait till we get to town?
You have to wait till you get
Oh,
to
I'm
Yeah,
getting arrested.
telegraphs
Crap.
don't work that way.
How warm is it?
We've also got
It runs across a line.
Here in the house,
Wireless.
No. And where we're at, where we're standing.
where you're standing, it's I mean, it's moving, so it's a bit cooler, but it's probably.
I opened the
I
window
know.
too.
I'm
to
getting
get
ready
rid
to
of
something.
that acid smell.
Yeah,
I just
you open
thought
the window with the
say
moving
something.
wind. It's probably about 75 within the.
Alright, so Chad, I'm gonna be like, alright. Give me a minute, guys. Summon quickly.
Okay, so you ping, you use one of your psionic die to summon it quickly, and you hear, and you see outside like this blue blur just running over the train. Going,
Window's broken, come on in.
he kind of runs up the wall into it like.
Sorry, it's just kind of a little bit of an emergency.
What was that?
I'll take this paper, write down on it, to send a telegram to the railroad company on both sides of this side of the railroad to say to stop all trains on using this route for a day.
Quick question.
What's that?
Couldn't the Quickling just run back to grab the rod?
Really? You bastard.
Takes a gold.
you giving him haste. He wants the gold.
Yeah.
Because I've learned my way now. This is the funny thing. He's been doing this the whole other time.
So then he takes the note, and then he goes, and kind of does that, jumps off, and the jumping run just comes pulling up. And he starts running off, and I think we calculated like 60 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah.
You had to get something assimilated, didn't you?
Yep. Oh, I'm gonna use one of those. I'll go put this back.
Why don't you just buy one next time?
You don't have to spend money this way.
So,
Actually, I think I have some at the house I can bring for you.
alright.
Is it?
So Dan always had a pipe. Maestro's always got a cigar. What color do you not use often? Purple.
Orange. Orange, I never use orange.
Okay.
Alright. We could roll a fake cigar for you.
I have some real ones, but
Alright.
unless you want them.
Second question. Turn back to you, Gideon.
You said that.
I will if you bring them, but I'm happy to.
What brings you out here to the west? Dish thing, I'm guessing, because you don't look from around this area.
No, I'm from Japan.
Man,
Yes.
Do I know where Japan
Intelligence check. Anyone who wants to make an intelligence check about where Japan is, you can.
what I
And
know.
do I have to make a roll?
You've been educated, so you probably know where it is. I'd say you
Intelligence?
probably know, yeah.
16.
16. You actually, so one time, there was a world map, and you spent a while looking at it, and you know where Japan is. You do.
I know where that is.
Like it's an island country off Southeast Asia. So, four, no idea.
That's about all I know of it, but I know where it's at. So, are you heading back out west to go home?
Where am I? Give me a second. I'm trying to remember where I was at.
So you remember you took a weird route.
Yeah.
You actually traveled through Asia,
Yeah.
through Europe, got on then came your way.
Yeah.
You took a long way here.
I'm heading to Dodge City to look for work as I continue my quest to find my father.
Had issues with you too.
You picked that up, so obviously, yeah.
Well, my father killed my mother and tried to kill me, so I seek to kill him.
Seems like a man to avoid rather than to seek out.
Alright.
Obviously, you've seen I am not always the wisest.
So, you're also looking for work.
As you all stare through like the break in
You see the wind or something?
Actually, no.
I know you can't see
that.
that.
Yeah.
What I was going to say also is that our doors, the only thing that's broken on our side is the window, because this one did not have
Yeah.
the movable rod shoved through its ass through.
But, you peek out your broken window and you see like the back end of the whole like train just kind of off. Because the whole back end is like the cows and the.
They're getting a nice cool breeze right now.
Fresh breeze.
To be fair, it's not the worst destruction I've ever caused.
Noted. Alright. Mr. John.
Yeah.
You said you had a couple questions for me.
Yeah, I'm John Coulter of the Missouri Fur Trading Company.
Alright.
You don't happen to be related to the John Coulter?
As I John Coulter.
You say you are John
I am
Coulter?
John Coulter.
Now you must be pulling my leg. You must. That John Coulter died. Geez, in 18. I just read it. 17. That one.
I'll put it out so I can actually read it off to you. It's he died in
Died
1812.
1812. There's no way that you are John Coulter, young.
Well, that was a bit of a ruse, as it were.
But even still, you'd still be 100 and some years old.
Be that as it may, I am John Coulter.
Well, you must.
I have a bit of a story to go with that, but that's a bit of a long one.
You must share your skincare routine.
Anyway, I don't care who John Coulter is. If you're John Coulter, hi, I'm Valentine Rowe. You had a couple questions for me.
I have business with the Institute of Monster Control.
Well,
I'm looking for Jonathan Daniels.
Do I know Jonathan Daniels?
you know, you ain't gonna find him here.
That's what your
Yes.
people told me to go to Dodge City to find him.
What do I know about Jonathan Daniels?
Why did they tell
He's
you to
the
go to
leader
Dodge
of the
City?
Institute
Well,
of Monster
He's
Control.
back in Washington.
Okay, that's.
You shitting me?
No, I'm heading out here to help set up a new base for us. And trying to find a couple of my guys.
I have been jerked around for too long by your people. I was down.
Most would find that comforting.
Bugbear, he seems rather upset. Maybe he needs a drink.
I was living up in the Rockies in Yellowstone. Your men came knocking, kicked me out of my cabin, and claimed that they were claiming my land that I had already claimed for a reservation of monstrous races.
Well, you're not the first.
Be that as it may, I'm out to get my land back. And I was told to find Jonathan Daniels. And every man in your group that I have asked has sent me in an opposite direction. I've already been to the eastern seaside and still haven't found him.
Alright. Well, since you helped with this insurrection, I'll help you.
I appreciate that. You're the first help that I've actually got.
Work with me for a few days. I'll send a message directly to Direct Daniels.
I find this arrangement agreeable.
Alright.
I mean, my cabin probably already burned up, but
We can figure that out later. As for the rest of you, as I said before, I'm on our way to Dodge City to help establish our far western base at this point.
Mhm.
Pretty much our farthest western base. Problem is, it's already been set up. We're missing some men. Mr. Bowden and I here have been sent out to find them. You guys seem capable enough. Well, maybe some of this.
Hey, I survived.
Because of other people.
And bail.
Actually,
And
Nobody
very
helped me.
insight.
You don't know that.
I can assume if I was out for 4 hours.
So,
well, when you
What
take
do
the
I
start
know
to
about
fight, you don't
the
get much
purpose of not the Bureau? What is?
Institute of Monster Control.
Yes.
Some people just call it the Institute.
Okay. And what do I know about its purpose and goals and that kind of thing?
Alright. One thing I will say as I'm filling this information, about 30 minutes away from Dodge, you guys start slowing down even more, but you notice that the sun goes away and a heavy fog comes its way across the land. And it's like 5 in the afternoon at this point.
I don't
That's
feel
not
right.
natural.
Even my years in the woods, I don't feel right.
Alright. But what you know about the Institute of Monster Control is that their prime duty is to destroy or control any negative monstrous influence, such as creatures that do not belong on this plane.
Okay.
They also have been instituted for controlling and moving and peacekeeping operations between monstrous races, which would be the non-human races, and human races, like moving, being mostly peacekeeping operations between the two, trying to find possible solutions for tribal differences.
Preferably non-violent.
Sometimes you might have a tribe that attacks a human settlement, and they're sent in to deal with that, so they don't have to send in the army. It's usually a highly specialized group of operatives.
Okay.
They're usually their motto when it comes to dealing with things is peace first. The gun's always an option.
We don't know this.
Like it's like
You would
that's
Or we not?
genuinely their
You
their
might.
method,
I
or
probably don't know it that much, but I know enough.
that's genuinely their method, or like that's what they advertise, that they're really a bunch of racists and want to take land from them.
It's per individual. Like they do advertise that that's the main thing, but so for you wouldn't really know about who all gets selected though. About what you do know they advertise that.
Okay.
About the only
And okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Would I?
As I say,
You
my
would probably
my-
get a pretty good feeling that the fact that there's a bugbear working for
That's
them.
true.
Since I
And-
know anything
and
about
any experience I had was under the Lincoln administration.
It was accent serve, so.
what used actions, but I think that's
No, that's short rest, I do believe.
It is short rest?
Mhm.
yeah, probably should risk.
Yeah.
So
Oh, can we
did,
short rest right now?
yes.
did Lincoln actually die?
You can short rest too if you like.
Yeah, I probably should.
Is the Lincoln, the whole Lincoln thing accurate to
Yeah, I
this
think I have
world?
1 HP currently.
Did he get assassinated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
He
got my
did get
second
assassinated.
back, so.
Some details not everyone knows about.
As I say, my availability is raw flexible, and I would be happy
Oh, we're short rest.
to,
If you want a short rest, yeah.
to help you try and locate
How do I do this?
who's man missing from you all.
I'm gonna take my leather-bound notebook out of my pack and start writing in it about what I killed today and addressing my inventory issue of having 2 bullets
Dear
gone.
diary.
Where's my rest?
Should be a little campfire on the top.
Since I don't know anything about the Institute,
Yeah,
I'm asked
I-
Valentine, what is the purpose of the Institute?
Well,
Because I've seen it before.
what's up?
I'm trying to
It's
find
under
my-
settings.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You in the app itself? No.
No, well, yes, but.
You click the gear icon underneath your name.
Okay.
Isn't a little campfire back there?
Automatically apply healing dice result. Oh, okay.
To answer your question, we. Sorry, lost train of thought.
We're on a train.
I basically just going to just give you the explanation he did, but I'll also add that in particular, we specialize in more opposing things than dealing with tribes.
More what? Say again?
We deal with more potent things than dealing with tribes. So we do more oddball, somebody needs something done type of situations.
Like finding missing men at your new installation.
Basically, yes. That's one of our goals, right? Or one of our jobs right now.
Well, I'm rather comfortable with unusual or specified types of work.
Well,
This base, is it out in the woods?
no, it's in town. I mean, it's gonna be like a hole in the wall, but that's kind of the question that was posed to us. So, we just actually got done on one assignment, helping move a clandestine clan to its new home, and then we were sent here. So, But I can tell you this: you'll each get paid. I don't know how much yet. I've had very little time to deputize anybody. Put it that way. But you'll each get paid. Get compensated for the fight that we just took place in. And get access to some fine gear that only comes around every once in a while. If you would so choose.
At this point, you hear the whistle start blowing from the train and it starts slowing down. Great.
Now my question is, what's with all this goddamn funk?
Oh, I gotta tell you, you don't make me feel right.
It doesn't make me feel good either.
Okay, you can make a nature check, you can make an arcana check if you'd like to.
Then, what can I make?
Nature check.
18.
18.
8.
8.
Go a couple minutes out.
You just know it doesn't seem to be right.
It just doesn't feel right.
So, understanding magic, you have, looking at it, looking at the fact that the sun's out, there's actually no humidity out at the moment right now on this side of, on this very side of Kansas. It seems the rain has missed this part of Kansas and hit the rest of Missouri. You think that this is a magical bog of some sort.
So I give clear magical origin. I'll wait till we get to the platform.
Well, Joffrey?
Time to dish and bark, you hear the conductor yell.
Go back to the
I grab
bartender.
my.
I'm gonna go back to the bartender.
Does it look like we're in a city?
There's the bartender like, he looks at you like, hello?
I'll put the acid back on the counter and walk away.
At least he brought some of the bag.
Did you take a drink of it? Yeah. No.
Damn,
I thought you just sniffed it. Sorry. No, I drank it.
He took like 12
I
damage.
grab my. I have like a carpet bag kind of thing, but it's black lead. Like it's like a what doctor making a house call. The little bag with
Mhm.
like a big luggage sized bag. That's what I've got.
If you
I
want
grab
to
that.
join us, meet us on the station.
Oh, absolutely. I've got no prearranged.
It'd be a
Platform.
train platform.
Yeah,
Platform. Thank you. Could not think of the word.
I have no
Um,
prearranged arrangements yet, Dodge City.
So that is-
Bowden?
Happy to join you.
Let's go grab our prisoners and let's go see the sheriff.
So,
Valentine.
well, hell, I'll
So
join you
Valentine, I
there
will join
too.
I will work for you, provide my services under what condition? I wish you to use your considerable resources in the Institute to retrieve my master's heirloom returned to my possession.
There's already somebody being sent to go retrieve it currently. And I'm pretty sure as we say that, a horse is probably riding that way. Along the tracks. It'll be back in a matter of hours.
I'll join you fellows at the sheriff's, but give me just 1 second. And I conjure on my arm a rather large and like a stormy gray horned owl. And I will telepathically instruct it to go fly around the city. I assume it'll take it further than 100 feet away, but to survey the city and see whatever it can see through the fog, if it can see any of the city or anything that sticks out. This gentleman, by the way, is Horace. He's a very useful and trusty companion of mine, and I'll just kind of.
Last name Slughorn.
No. He has no last name. It's just Horace.
I'm gonna
Is it spelled like Horus, or is it spelled like Horus, you know, the god of the sky?
cast
Isn't it the same?
Horus or Horace?
The latter.
Or WH.
Yes.
So I send Horace up into the skies to surveil what he's. And when I let him know that I'll be headed toward the sheriff's. So he looks for me. That's where he can.
So I'll,
For the sheriff's, right?
I'll walk up to the door. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, are we at the
The
sheriff?
no,
Oh, okay.
the cart.
Oh, I do have. Well, I might have.
Oh, the security card?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Hey.
Going prisoners?
Yeah, if you look, and they're like all beaten blue and like bruised. They're not dead, but they're wrapped up.
Good job, guys. I'll take them off your hands now.
No, I stayed on the platform.
You see, like, they get up, the one's like, spits at one, goes, "You're a monster!" And just, so you
You're
just
a monster!
and the guy goes, uh-huh. Right on his head.
Not the goblin buttons!
So you take them off. And like,
So as they bring them up, I'll pull off the thing and go. I'll pull my little vest off and be like, "You see this?
Yes.
You know what it means?
Unfortunately.
Okay. You know how much trouble you're in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got some questions for you, but we'll wait till we get to the sheriff's office, and we'll try to heal you up just a little bit."
So is it?
Just kill me now, please.
Oh,
Start to slow
the
down
gallows
like
will
a-
have your names on it soon.
There's two of them, right?
Yes.
What's the other one looking like?
he's looking even more beat up.
Does he look like he would talk easier than the one that's talking?
He's silent, so maybe make an insight check.
Is it like dark dark?
It's pretty dark with the fog.
Okay, I'll go ahead and cast Dancing Lights to have 4 just kind of aimless, like when a wizard casts the Lumos spell in Harry Potter. 4 of those little globes that are in a pale purple color.
Okay, do you understand that you would have to keep catching it across?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
13.
13. Possibly. Seems like he's just really beating him down. He's to the point where he just
Gideon.
he's just
Kinda give up.
Kind of giving up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light.
It lasts a minute.
Light
Cast-
bearer.
Okay, light. We're gonna light. So you have to cast it on something.
Your man
You
bun.
could do your
You could
armor.
do your armor. You could have like.
I'm gonna cast it on the end of my katana. Just
Cast the end of his
shield
katana,
right at
so
the end of my katana.
if he has a light that you don't have to focus on, so you cast light at the end of his katana, just close.
That counts.
Well, you guys are more equipped than I thought.
Yeah, ball of necessity.
Alright. Let's make our way to the sheriff's office, shall we?
If we're all together, I'm going to use my magic awareness to see if I can't get what kind of magic the fog is.
Okay. Yeah. So you do your magical awareness. You can reach out using your senses. It reeks of death.
What was that, Bolton?
Nothing.
Is,
So I would say
is
you probably would pick up
anybody-
on magical items that these guys have too.
Well, so
Not him. Well, no. His knife has
Poison.
it is. What would you say?
evocation.
Probably evocation on it. Your gun's probably evocation too.
Yeah, and I have my grimoire. I don't
That
know
would
what
be
that
probably abjuration
Oh.
thinking, but
You would pick up on, for me, pick up
Oh
on
my god. Well,
something
yeah, it's
carved
still magic thing.
into the top of the bear head on my head that's glowing with magic. A marking on my pistol, and my gloves are glowing.
Well, it's not detect magic you have.
yeah, it's more he can sense what types of magic are the
But he would know they're coming off from
Yes.
3 different types.
Yeah.
2 of them would smell very primal, because I don't know if they necessarily went to school for what they are.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
And what about you?
My guns can
Not
do
a
that.
thing.
No magic at all.
Dude, I'm telling you, I lost half my character sheet. I really have no idea.
But here's the strange thing: as you all get off, and you see all the traffic clears, you see
Also, where are you when you cast that?
it doesn't cast
It's not a
any-
spell.
So he-
Well,
so
still, where are you? Are you on the platform?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Where are you?
Not a single one of you hadn't talked to me. I'm still in the trade.
Oh yeah, he's still tied up.
You never tied me up.
I thought we did.
No.
Alright,
So
you
they did
always
say disembark,
suggested,
though,
but
so
never
we're
actually
He did,
done.
but I hung around
as
for a
you all
minute.
get off the station, you
Because
actually
they left.
see a gentleman
Here, I
standing on the
thought-
station after the traffic clears out. He
I thought
is.
you were playing.
He's about 5'9". You see pale white hair with a ratty top hat. He has like ratty gloves that have the fingers cut out. He's like wearing a ratty suit, and he has like dark rimmed sunglasses, and he has extremely pale skin. He's like, one of you, eye patch man, Valentine Rowe.
Valentine, bro.
Oh, sorry about that, Valentine Rowe.
Can I do for you?
Yes, I am.
How high up are you in the Institute? What I've heard of? I mean, how long have you been there?
I am
Couple years.
Mayor Henry O'Hare. I got word from your Mr. Davis that you got coming to town.
Was there any magic coming off of him?
No.
I don't think it lasts for long.
And now
That's
we're
right.
walking on the platform. And right on past you.
Well, Mr. O'Hare, we've got a couple of smackling goblins in the back. Prisoners here.
I see that. We'll have Sheriff.
Oh, Buford Tanner.
Oh God, no.
Chad, I turned that screen away from you, but you can turn it back.
Maestro keeps fidgeting with the bullet holes.
Sheriff Christensen can help you with that.
Would you kindly tell me where the office is so I
I'll report you there.
Oh, right.
No. He has a cane that's holding on front of him.
It's like pre-dungeon Maestro. This is like Maestro 1.0.
Like, you wouldn't mind following me? You can grab your horses if you need me.
Do we all still have our horses?
Yeah, everyone still has
Okay.
their horses. If you chose to have a horse, you have your horse.
Yeah, I'll go grab Jasmine.
Alright.
Watch the business. Or we grab our horses.
I will go
Well,
grab.
yeah, do you have a horse?
Okay.
I would assume so. Okay.
Baby and
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a fucking Clydesdale, dude.
Do you have a horse? Do you have a horse?
I've already grabbed mine. Or I was
I would
already
think
at
that I
there.
would have grabbed a horse with as much running as I've been doing, so I'd probably have a horse now. I probably didn't originally.
Okay. So the one that was just staring at Bo Nancy horse.
Traumatized
Would you say
one.
that I had a horse?
Yeah. Since you're so big, yes.
So I'll grab
What color's the horse?
just like a dark chestnut color.
Alright.
And I guess I'll see him grabbing his
Color's
horse.
your horse?
He's black.
Well, by the time you get there, I've already got it.
Color's your
He's
horse?
starting to get away from us.
Probably like light brown with like a few white splotches.
Color's your horse?
It's white.
Color's your horse?
Black because he's a racist.
It's cowboy, you know, spotted.
I'm a half elf. I'm a racist
Brown and
half
white.
elf.
What's your color?
Dark brown body with black mane and tail.
So,
Female.
I'll get you as you're walking on way, but you're more than welcome to join us too, so you don't get in any trouble.
I'll think about that.
We'll be at the sheriff's office.
Okay, so.
Because in my mind, I recognize he tried to do something. It's the only reason why he got shot.
Yeah.
So he's
Somebody's
got
got to be the meat shield, man.
no. What I'm looking for is
Supposed to be me.
what I'm looking for is potential and not cowardly people.
So go, and there you go. Follow me, y'all, and he just starts making his way towards the sheriff's office. What do you intend to do?
Negative C.
51. Follow him to the sheriff's office.
Alright, well, I'm to the sheriff's office. So y'all go to the sheriff's office. It's just it's a decent two-story building. It looks like the sheriff probably sleeps on the top. You walk in, there is Sheriff Harold Christensen sitting at his desk. Just simple brown hair, clean cut, has about as nice of a suit as you imagine him with a little badge on. But, howdy, Mayor, how can I help you? Well, Sheriff, I have these travelers that I told you about earlier. Like, oh, yes, there's more of them than I was expecting.
I would say as we're going through town, I would have my hood up and my cloak covering me as much as possible.
Fair enough. You still stand out as a very large individual. But
Yeah,
Why do I picture you like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast?
That's fair.
I picture Chewbacca.
I didn't work.
Half face, half Chewbacca.
Combination of the two.
Yeah.
Chubista.
I would say less hunched over, more straight up like Chewbacca, but less hairy than Chewbacca.
a little less area, but then I see there's some goblins you have with you too.
Yeah. There was a incident on the train. I'm pretty sure you probably heard by now.
I heard of that. So who was the idiot with the magic stick that just destroyed the back of the train?
You know, when you started that question with who's the idiot, I was really going to need some clarification. But thank you for that.
Don't worry, it's gonna be covered.
And I mean that in the most.
Woo! I got insurance now.
But yeah,
I mean that in the most.
your premium went up because you are now a liability. Sad thing is that the one who was the idiot with the rod actually is the one that killed the second most amount of goblins.
Why?
I guess I just shouldn't ask questions I really don't want the answer to. Alright, so what are we doing with these two?
Put him in a cell for just a little while. We're gonna do some questioning to him later.
Alright, he gets up. Get in the cell, you two. Actually, get in separate cells, you two. They like, one of them goes, one like spits at him, it goes in, goes, like that hasn't happened to me before, click. The other one just like, resigns and just gets in, just clicks and shuts and closes.
After we're done questioning, do what you will with them. To be honest with you.
If you go to the train, there's a lovely beverage they can drink.
The bartender had a homemade concoction.
I know, I've had it.
Okay.
I was asleep for 2 weeks.
But you survived.
When I woke up, I wish I was there.
So, got a couple questions. Just for you. What's up with this fog? Has it been around for a while?
About a month now. Can't seem to figure it out. The weirdest thing is it's been getting thicker and thicker lately. It started off that it was just fog that was kind of staying in the morning and coming in the evening, but now the only days that it's not, the only time it's not here is about 11 to 3. And the rest of the time it's just here.
You notice anything else unusual?
Well,
That coincided with the appearance of this
unusual.
unnatural fog.
None of the soldiers from the fort been coming down.
None of them.
None of them. They've had some of the ladies of ill repute been shown up dead. No suspects so far.
Did anybody show up
Oh.
in town the day the fog started?
No. Strangely enough.
How have these young ladies been killed?
Well, Doc, the docs that we got in town, Dr. Boyd and Dr. White said, anemia. Don't know what that means exactly. Some fancy word for they had no blood in them.
Right. Oh, fine.
Why, you say? How long have these docs been around?
Well, Dubois been here about 2 years. White's been here about 6 months. The spark started about 2 months ago. They don't get along with each other though, so you have to talk to them, make sure that you keep them away from each other.
One last question.
Yeah.
Besides the killings and the fact no soldiers have come down, any other disappearances?
No disappearances, but there's been sightings of a crying child in the fog that no one can find.
Alright.
Ah, and that's not creepy at all.
Yeah,
Terrifying. I honestly, I used to do my patrols at night. Can't do that anymore.
No.
I was outside one time and I heard the weeping. I'm like, nah, hell with this, and I just stayed in bed.
I
this-
don't blame you.
Does this ring any bells with, I don't know, anything I've read or studied in? Or is there?
Oh man, he's so smart. He has to ask.
I know, yes.
That's my new I would like to rage. Does this sound familiar to me?
Go ahead and make just a general intelligence or history check, whatever proficiency you want.
Well, it was a natural 18 for a total of whatever 18 plus intelligence check or a
Easy.
history check?
Either or.
History, that's plus 7.
25.
25.
Okay. So, well, fog doesn't limit it down too much. You have read about several creatures that can cause fogs.
Creatures and spells. I'm sure.
Creatures and spells. The missing blood, if you try to think of along the lines of as monsters, it limits it down significantly, mainly vampires, and there's a few other bloodsuckers out there. Vampires is probably the most popular one that you've read about, including fictionalized and fantasized versions of them.
Read ancient stories of family of vampire assassins in ancient times that were killed by a party of
Possibly.
dwarf
Possibly. You've, but the crying child, you're not too sure about. You don't know if it's related to the two or if it's a separate thing.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time, Sheriff.
You're very welcome.
Much
If you,
obliged.
if you need anything, let me know. I'm here at your service, and it looks at the badge, definitely at your service. So,
We'll be back.
all right, I'll
We'll
keep
talk to.
I guess I'll keep an eye on these two. I'll probably have my deputy look in on them every once in a while too.
Actually, get some food.
Oh, I'll make sure they get fed.
Alright. Mayor,
Yeah,
where did they set up my office at?
I'll take you to it.
Alright.
If you just follow me, and he kind of makes his way to it. It's a bit about like a 15-20 minute walk from the sheriff's office, and he takes you to this rundown building, and like windows are missing on it, the door like hanging askew, and there's the IMC, but the M's like in a W because it's like hanging off from that. It's like, yeah.
International Weenie Committee, is that what you work for?
Like I said, John, hole in the wall.
I do not see any holes.
Yeah, everyone that you guys keep sending keep disappearing, and they don't like pay anybody to keep up with the facility while they're gone or whatnot. But
Clearly, this place looks like shit.
How long have the agents been disappeared?
the last one had gone about 3 months ago,
Before the fog started rolling in?
about before the fog started rolling in.
And I would know how many beforehand have disappeared, right?
Yeah, there's been about 4 of them.
How many are stationed there total? How many?
The idea was there were supposed to be 4,
Oh.
but they were sending them slowly at a time, and they just keep disappearing.
And now they got 6.
Yeah, there's supposed to be bedrooms in there, but I don't know about the quality of them. We might need to give a good cleaning before it's even good staying.
Well, we'll go probably stay at one of the inns.
Yeah,
Cleaning,
there's
I
about
guess.
2 of them in town. It depends what kind of entertainment you want, or which one I recommend.
Only the best.
Well, there's only 2. So we have the Pretty Lady Saloon and the Blush Lady Inn. The Pretty Lady Saloon is one where you want to talk to a pretty lady, but the Blushing Lady Saloon is when you want to get to know a pretty lady, if you know what I mean.
I think I do know what you mean.
So So if you want, to be honest, depending on the entertainment, if that's not a function, I'd probably stay at the Pretty Lady. It's a bit of a nicer facility. The owner's son's a classically trained pianist. He entertains.
Alright. Well, Mayor, is there anything else you need from me before we start working our way through this part of the case?
No, I just request as the mayor to keep me informed of how things are going.
Will do. If you can need anything from me in the next couple of days, you can probably find me here,
I'll be
or you can find me at one of the 2 saloons.
fine. I'll do my best not to meet you, but if I do, I'll know where to look. Yeah, he turns his eye, you actually see that his eyes are just peaked. So, it's bright.
Do I recognize him? Like the race he is?
He's human.
He's human, but he's just got pink eyes.
He's got pink eyes, like white hair, and like extremely pale skin.
So like, he's basically an albino.
Yes, it's going to be an albino, yes.
So as we go in, I'm gonna send my dancing lights 120 feet up in the air as kind of like a signal for Horace to find me and stuff. So we're going to see.
So right before you get in the saloon, or right just right
Or
before.
wherever.
I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into the office.
Yeah,
and
Go
start-
to the
we're
office.
gonna
So
do
right before
some-
you go in the office, and then you go, wish you good luck on this, and I hope nothing bad happens to you. I'm kind of getting tired of all the dead bodies in here. It looks bad for the press. Of course, he's dead too. But
So one last question for you, just out of my own curiosity.
yeah,
When was the last time a soldier from Fort Dodge showed up in town?
about
Well, when's the last time you got a message?
Fort Dodge is different than the
It's
installation.
about 5
that
miles
you're-
from
okay.
Dodge City.
let's see. The last soldier I had was about 4 months ago. We sent a message about 2 months ago, but the messenger never came back. But there's also been sightings of elves out there, so I don't know if they took them out or anything like that either. So I don't know if they ever made it to the fort. There was no body or horse ever found.
Doesn't sound like the elves would do something like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't think so too, but you know, this fog have everyone on edge, and they could even be on edge too. I don't know. But, I mean, hell, I don't know. It could have been their doing. Maybe they're trying to drive us out.
They almost
I mean, it's really,
faster
really
ways to
weird because, you
accomplish
know, Kansas is known as the land with the 3 suns. The big one in the sky, the sunflowers, and all the sons of the bitches around. But right now we ain't got no sun, and we ain't got no sunflowers either. Just suns and bitches.
It still holds up today.
Alright, well, Mayor, like I said, anything, get a hold of me.
That's up to you as well, and press off. It's weird. It's seeing a mayor, but he has nice clothes, but they're all ratty and torn, like they should need to be replaced.
Yeah, I don't like that. That bugs me.
Well,
going
gentlemen,
in.
you guys can go to the saloon if you'd like.
Where I'm headed.
I'm going to do some investigating here, see what's happened, and then I'll probably turn in for the night because it's getting pretty dark. And I do not want to be caught out in the dark.
Not with that nasty little girl story that Mr. Mayo told.
Maybe we did.
So are there bedrooms inside?
So you go inside.
Yeah.
Whoever goes inside, except for you.
Yeah, I'm heading to the Blushing Lady.
Alright, yep, I'm going in.
Okay. The ones that go inside, it's dusty, it's dirty, there's cobwebs everywhere, there's broken furniture everywhere.
What happened here?
I bring in. I immediately.
Horace comes down, yes.
Oh, okay. Before I talk to Horace, I'll just start casting prestidigitation on little 1 cubic feet of area at a time.
It's going to take you a while.
That's fine. I'll just start cleaning some of the main areas.
Well, hold on. Don't clean everything just yet. Just take a look, see what we can find.
Yeah,
Then
bring
we'll
in
do
my
some
lights.
straightening.
Okay, whoever wants to make an investigation check.
I've got Horace on my shoulder as we're looking around.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's 3. I can't call that cock.
6? Okay. Nothing stands out to you.
You got to help me. Get out.
10.
7. 14.
14. Okay. You two in particular, because of your passive, which is 17.
Right.
And you would pick up on this too, is you see a single pair of footprints that go into the door, through the doorway, and disappear in the middle of the room.
Look up.
You look up and you would see footprints and handprints on the ceiling.
Oh, fuck.
I hope like hell we got a priest in town.
Is it
So
normal
I'm
for
going to.
children or
Hold on.
babies to follow stealing, rest?
These are adult-sized prints as well, so.
Hell no.
So I'm going to use my telepathic ability here real quick as soon as I find the description of what I'm wanting to do with it. And I think it's in the spell description.
Can I tell what the footprints are from? Humanoid
They look like the shoe footprints.
shoes.
Yeah.
How tall is the ceiling?
The ceiling's about probably about 8 feet tall, so you're like barely brushing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna reach
Yeah.
down, take my shoe off. I'm like, come on, guys, this isn't that hard, and start putting footprints up on the roof.
Brushing the
Right. But the idea is like next to them, there's also like handprints to them. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So how big is the building that we're in?
Okay, it's about a good 2-story building that you're in. It's about
And you said how high was the ceiling?
the ceiling. It's about 8 foot, so it's not incredibly high, but it's
Okay.
really weird.
And there's one floor that we can see. Okay.
They
So
go
I'm,
up to, yes.
I'm going to use my telepathic ability to cast detect thoughts. To detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. You can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. You can penetrate barriers, but 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead will block it. So I want to find out if there's anybody else in the...
No, I am thinking.
Is it? How long does that last?
Up to a minute.
Start walking around the house.
I'm kind of muttering under my breath as I'm walking around.
Okay, as you're walking around, you do pick something above you, like when you're standing in the far corner of the room. It's brief, and you just hear.
Pain?
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen.
It's so cool.
Can I tell, like, is it up on the second floor?
Yes.
Okay. Gentlemen, I don't believe we're alone in this building. He feels someone upstairs in some amount of pain.
Let's go help him.
My thoughts exactly. And
Who wants to take point?
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll follow.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to try to be as quiet as I can.
Okay, still.
I will also be quiet.
how long?
That's all right.
Yeah, well, sure.
Okay, still checks for everyone who wants to be stealthy.
Well,
How long has
Are you
it
staying
been?
down?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm staying downstairs.
No, I'm gonna go upstairs, but I'm not stealing.
How long has it been since I cast my drummer? So at least 3 hours.
We've been at least
Okay.
4.
Okay.
19.
14.
11.
That's what Bowden should sound like.
Yes. If you can make that voice all the time, go for it.
All right, so Bowden taking point is the quietest out of here. Then followed by everyone else that wants to go up. Well, like
I'm at the back of
John's
the
at the back, and he's just like.
I'm not being loud, but I'm also
He's
not trying to
to
stealth.
You get
Just
upstairs.
taking it slow.
You get upstairs, and you see a hallway lined with doors. You're assuming like maybe this would be the sleeping quarters of the facility.
And can I tell, like, is it the far end of the hall or?
It seems to be more towards the middle of the hall.
Okay. And can I tell right, left or right side of the
Oh,
hall?
directions, yeah, it would be on the left side.
Okay.
I can see the hallway with like rooms off of
I'm gonna go to the middle door and slowly open it.
it. Slowly open it. You don't see anything in there.
Did it take us longer than a minute to get up here?
Probably since you were.
Okay. I don't think I can use it again.
I think it's a day thing.
To cast detect thoughts, and that's how I identify.
I look at you and be like, let me shake my head no.
You go. So what does he see in the room?
Yeah, you can make a specific perception check if you want, or you can go with your passive.
Yeah, I'll look in the room.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
My perception shit.
The passive, not bad.
That's a natural 1.
Oh, I haven't updated this since.
Yeah, you probably
your
haven't.
stats. Okay.
It's my passive is a 9.
Yeah, because I have a 14 on here, so yeah, okay. No, what you see is a bed, like a little chest at the foot of the bed, and like an armoire.
When he.
I'm gonna go over to the chest and open it.
You open up, there is there are clothes in there, covered in dust at this point.
I'll rummage through it just to see if there's anything buried in there.
You go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm gonna go and open up another door. Just kind of figure
Open the door.
That
You
did
want
not
to
go
specific
with the
or
hole.
go off your passive.
out. 15.
Just make a perception check. 15 for your investigation. You find a journal.
Worse than my passive. So.
Okay. You find a journal in there. You find about 5 pieces of silver, and you find about 4 bullet shells in there. Shells, not bullets. Shells.
Oh damn.
What do you like? Shotgun shells?
Or shotgun shells.
Do I know what those are?
Yes.
In character?
Yes.
I'm gonna look in the corner of the room or the part of the room as best I can tell from what I felt downstairs or thought I heard downstairs, just to see if I can find anybody or anything.
Okay. Perception, investigation, check, and choice.
So for passive's 18, but if you want the actual roll, it is 14.
Okay, yeah, you look in the other room, and it's pretty much the same thing. The bed, a chest, and an armoire there. They look like you're thinking that maybe that each room is identical.
Alright. I don't think it saved my gold from last time.
See if there's any rooms up here that are bigger than the others.
Did you roll gold
Okay,
last
go
time?
ahead and just.
I'm not.
Scoping for keywords.
We'll roll
I
gold
say
after
it's
this.
easy enough. You walk through and quickly open the doors, and like there's one at the end of the hallway that's even bigger than the rest.
I want to look around in there.
All right, go ahead and make a perception investigation check. So what do you think? You're looking around. You're thinking maybe there's this corner. No, maybe it wasn't this corner. You're looking around at the armoire. You're like looking at it, and then you go to open it as part of your investigation because you see it's partly opened already, and it just kind of continuously swings open on
On its
itself.
own, I call somebody. I call Bowden over. When it starts to do that. Boom, come here.
What do you got?
Keep opening.
It opens all the way.
What is it?
It's a body. You turn over as you see the door opening. You turn around as you see the door opening the rest of the way.
What
You see
door?
him not touching it.
What
Not
door?
the-
On an armoire in the room.
I don't know what that is.
Like think of it as a
Dresser.
giant wardrobe.
Like a giant dresser that opens up.
Okay. I'm going to put my arm on your shoulder, pull you back.
I'm gonna send one of my dancing lights, kind of lower it and move it closer into or right in front of.
Okay, as you do that, you see a pale face, translucent face, goes, and it sinks into the wall.
Oh shit!
I'm going to turn around, walk out the door, go downstairs, go walk outside. Bowden is not a new ghost.
As you see it, just like, as light comes in, just melts into the wall.
Bowden, where are you going, Bowden?
Gentlemen.
Swords do not work on ghosts.
We
Ghosts.
have a haunted situation, yo.
God
Bowden and I found some sort of spectral being that
Hey, what's the fucking wall?
into the wall.
Where's that? In
No
there?
armoire. Upstairs.
Fucking walk up to the armor and look
At
at
this
this.
point, all the other doors in the hallway just start opening and closing all around.
I'm in the other room, I'm like, what the hell?
Isn't this what your specialty
I'm
is
still
for
standing in the hallway
the
just
institute?
watching where the door's like, I don't.
Maybe not his specialty, but
I'm not a ghostbuster by any means, but
So who we gonna call?
Not this guy.
but I will I'll just summon a knife and fucking throw it into the armor area. Just that thing disappears. Wherever it is, I can fucking hit it if I can find it.
when I'm outside,
You're outside, yeah, you're outside.
I'm gonna start reading the journal.
All right, journal. It's one of the IMC guys that was there. He's talking about like trying to set up base. How every night that he's been waking up, he feels weaker and weaker every day. Like, and then to the point where he was having trouble getting out of bed, and then it just ends there.
hey Val,
Yeah.
come here.
I got a 24 on perception, by the way. For
The big room. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a nice room.
Here.
It also has a shelf and desk and one more. Looking around, it actually has a framed picture of a gentleman and what looks like to be a woman next to him.
Can I roll and see if I recognize this creature? From what the journal says, I know it's kind of a spectral item.
You can choose Arcana or History.
Can I talk through it with him, possibly give him advantage?
Possibly.
Either way, it's a 0. So
You have advantage on it. resistance you would.
Right. Oh, 11.
11. Simple enough. You might have heard of these tales of the office before. Most likely a ghost.
Traditional ghost, not a wraith or anything.
Just a traditional ghost.
Go.
Oh, the door's still going.
Alright.
Yeah, they're still going.
Bowden, buck up, I need you. I'm telling you, swords do jack shit against ghosts. But your magic prowess can help out. Maybe. It may surge perfectly for it.
You're still in the room.
I don't know about supernatural rules. His sword's
I'm
the best
upstairs.
that you have.
Just
Made out of iron.
If we're going by supernatural rules, but we're not. We're going by D&D. Alright, so let's go find us a ghost to bust.
Wait, no, no.
That's your last one. That's your last one.
From what, other than just me knowing that it's a ghost, and we know that non-magical items don't work against it, what else do I know? And you can supply to these gentlemen.
So I'd say that what you know is they're resistant to acid, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. And they're immune to cold, necrotic, and poison.
Okay. So I can actually hit it?
Yes, you do have damage.
So, you can hit it, but if I were you, I would not hit it with cold or death-dealing
So,
magic.
Well, are we
my
sure
taunt
we
that
want
wouldn't hurt it at all was because the magic
Well, I hate
about
to
it.
Well,
Well,
would
your
kill.
standard damage, as long as it's not poisoned, would do it.
Are we sure we want to attack it?
You would actually be able to cut through most of his resistance with the Tonto as long as you don't use the poison stuff.
Do we know that it is harmful or violent?
Yeah, perhaps we should try to communicate with those first.
Well,
Why?
the journal of my late friend here consists that this entity was sucking the life force out of him.
Well, that's what it sounds like we can go after. Not necessarily the plan.
Would a ghost have led to the individuals around town who
My-
lost their blood?
My
Or we're dealing
suspicion
with two different creatures.
Probably multiple different creatures.
My suspicion is that the creature that Bode and I saw vanish into the wall is probably the spirit of your friend, whose life force has been sucked away by some other more nefarious.
Was the face that we saw male or female?
Male.
Did it look like? I guess I didn't see the picture.
Was it young or old?
Yeah, I haven't gotten to really investigate it.
Well, so the room that you were investigating, did you did not find a picture, you
He
just found a
did.
diary. So, yeah. But the picture looked like maybe somebody who was middle-aged.
I didn't see the picture.
Sorry, the ghost, the face of the ghost.
Do you fellas personally know any of the Institute?
Not the ones that were sent out here.
I've only met 2 people from the institute.
I know one of them.
Yeah.
You're not the other, are you?
No.
No, I'm good actually. If I drink more, I'll be bad.
What?
No, I'll have to pee on
You'll
it
be
like
a
a
bad
javelin.
Oh, I thought you said if you drink more, you'll be bad. And I'm like,
Yep, he's a bad boy.
back to the bowl. Anyone?
Either way,
I do want to poke.
we either have to exercise this thing or we kill it because
You find,
this is a IMC control headquarters that I've got to rebuild.
Does anybody know anything about
find a
exercising
shell
or
that,
killing
not
ghosts?
shell that, find bullets. And you find one bullet in a blue case.
But I agree with Joffrey. We should try to communicate
more
with the
bullets
ghost.
in there
Perhaps it
myself,
knows
my
what
God.
entity is attacking the town. Or can lead us somewhere.
Okay, the door stops slamming.
Ghost
There was something
agrees.
for a while.
In the middle of our conversation?
It just stops.
No.
How bad do you need this thing going? I mean,
Well,
we want to stay here eventually, don't we?
It's not hostile. It might be
Free room and board.
a useful roommate, perhaps. Are there any lanterns or sconces or
Yeah.
anything? I'm gonna light a couple of those.
You light a couple.
Yes.
You gotta cast an eerie glow as the fog actually starts pouring into the building as the doors are open and some of the windows are open. Yeah.
Can I close those with prestige station?
No.
That's
Thaumaturgy.
That's a thaumaturgy thing. I'll go and close. Are we
I was
upstairs or
gonna say
downstairs?
you could mage hand.
Well, so
Oh,
I know
yeah.
these guys were outside.
I think
I don't know
the
if everyone
three
came
of us
outside
are
and had a
still
meeting.
technically upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm upstairs in the big room. I don't know
Well, I
what
must
you
have
two
either
are.
gone downstairs or you come in because I've been talking with you though.
So you probably outside the house.
Yeah.
I guess I'm down with you guys too, because I'm probably.
Yep.
He's in the big room because no one said anything.
What?
I just saw the door shaking and I'm like,
As we're having this conversation, I'm like, where's John?
At this point, John, as you're looking through stuff and you find those items, you see like, as the ghostly figure starts floating into the room at you.
you got a particular reason. Well, you with the Institute?
We work here and it's after business hours.
Oh, me of the business hours so I can come back at a later time. Alright, thank you. I'll leave now. Can I go downstairs?
Go out downstairs, yeah.
I inform him that this figure just came out of the wall, told me come back during business hours.
Business hours.
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Did it say what it's doing here? An
As you're,
indication of
as you're
what-
walking down the stairs.
Okay. And they also break for lunch. I figured we could just come back then. They might not bug us.
Well, since we're gonna make full use of these facilities, we need to.
Eventually.
Yeah, not just 9 to 5.
I don't think I've ever heard of the IMC having 9 to 5 hours. 8 to 6, I've heard of, but not 9 to 5. These guys were skimping out a couple hours a day. They're worthless. Let's kill them. I was like, alright.
They're already dead.
Got him.
It's too late.
You know what I meant.
Also, I found this. This will read. Can I hand him the journal?
Another.
You found the journal too? What does it say?
I don't know. I
Start
didn't
going
read
through
it.
this one.
So
A
this
little
one-
bit, yeah.
Yeah, this one goes into more detail about, this one seems to be more investigating the services around town, and they think that someone's going fishing around the graveyard, because they've seen a figure spotted in a graveyard on its way at night with a shovel.
Okay. Anything about whether this was the first one, the second one, if he was.
This would be probably the first one, he was more in charge, but then later on it starts talking about how they keep waking up, they start feeling weak, and he's noticed a couple of puncture wounds on his neck, checks himself in the mirror.
What does the journal say? Say that every time.
Shut up, my saddle, my bag. My bag thing, I guess.
Fanny pack.
I did. I did close.
I
the
guess
door.
I carry. I have more like a messenger bag.
Bag,
I guess.
that's fine,
Yeah.
messenger bag, yeah.
Yeah, I did
Um,
close the door behind me.
okay.
I was trying to see for the ghost.
I will look at you guys, but if you hear me say something, just come on in with weapons drawn. I'm gonna walk on in.
Walk on it.
Yeah.
There's a walk on there. You don't see anything immediately.
I need to speak to whoever's in charge.
See the ghost kind of materializes down the stairs. Business hours are 9 to 5. Monday to Friday.
Hey,
Oh, new recruits.
what happened? Does he know he's dead?
Do you know that you're dead?
I remember being sick, having trouble getting out of bed. Next thing I know, I'm like this.
Alright. Have you seen... Were you the last one here?
Yes,
The other 3 that were before you?
I had to bury them. I walked in here, it was a mess. There was dead, had to clean blood off the ceiling. On the floor, it was a
destroyed, like ripped out throats, like they were drained.
Like there weren't any, like there were like, so one of them was completely drained, the other two were ripped into pieces.
Ripped into pieces. Interesting. Alright. And how long after you buried these three would you say you couldn't get out of bed?
About a week later.
Any other townsfolk report anything like this? Or was it just...
There was other town folks that reported things like this, but no one's come in here recently since I've been in this disposition.
How long has that been?
I don't know, time kind of goes differently when you're like this.
Gotcha. Well, what's your name, sir? O'Reilly? Valentine.
Pleasure to meet you. Nothing.
Yeah. That's fine.
Sorry.
You're fine. You kind of are,
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
I can grab things if I think about it real hard. He goes over to her stool like,
He looks constipated
yeah,
while
like
he
he
does
does it, and he sits down on it, kind of floats down, but like it's halfway in his ass. Like,
alright, O'Reilly. So, I'm gonna bring my partners in, and they are actually, so despite them not having badges yet, they're actually all part of my crew.
oh. He goes over to a drawer and he like takes real hard, slides it open. There's extra badges in here.
Perfect. So,
I like this ghost a lot. I love this ghost.
How many?
there will be an extra 4.
One more. All right.
You're actually getting pretty good at that.
Well, you're the first person I've had to do anything for, so every time else someone came in here, I would show up and they would just run screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Quite rude, really.
Well, you gotta admit, the only ones of our caliber are the ones that can actually focus on these things.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'd say you're more than welcome to stay, but the rooms are pretty dusty. I can try getting it clean, and he like goes over to like a broom.
Don't worry about don't worry about alright. Don't worry about that. We'll get it fixed up.
Okay.
But can you leave the premises or you
No,
actually
I'm
stay?
stuck here. I can't go.
Well, alright. I got a proposition for you.
Well, before you do that, according to my contract, I'm not allowed to go anywhere for another 40 years, so I'm stuck here.
40 years.
40 years, yeah.
Is that the ghostly contract or the IMC contract?
That's the IMC contract, yes.
Damn. That's a hefty burden on the contract.
Surprisingly, contracts are legally binding even after death.
Damn. Don't sign contracts.
So
Got it.
you get paid?
Yeah, it's weird. They have a retirement fund, but I don't know if that's going to be any good now.
Well, that's true. Tell you what. We'll come and we'll fix the place up so it's not as drafty. How about that?
It sounds great. I just say be careful because it's scary as fuck out there.
We're also around to fix all that.
Yeah, I hear like a girl crying every night, just roaming around the buildings and stuff. It's creepy. And I'm dead. And that's creepy.
Yeah. So, O'Reilly?
Maestro's gonna knock on the door at this point because it's getting dark outside, I assume.
It's
I
over.
have no problem.
It's fairly dark outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I mean,
knock
you have
on-
60-foot dark vision, but it's
Can-
dark outside.
Is it alright? Can you come in yet?
Oh, you're recruits.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Alright, then I'll come in with Horace still on my shoulder and I'll still have the
Oh, this
couple of
way
bits
has
in
an
there.
owl.
His name is Horace.
Or it's nice to meet you.
Gentlemen, this is Mr. O'Reilly.
Mr. O'Reilly, a pleasure to make your
Nice to
acquaintance.
see you again, Mr. O'Reilly.
Pleasure to meet you. Ah, yes, I met you earlier.
So,
So
I
I'm
see
gonna
you too.
I'm gonna ignite the rest of the lights.
Sorry, I was napping. The light woke me up. I was like,
I'm gonna ignite the rest of the lanterns and stuff in there with precipitation if you're talking to kind of get rid of some of the gloom. And then once everybody's in,
And
I'll
it's
make
weird,
sure
even though
the
you
door
light
closed.
it, the gloom doesn't really go away. It's almost like an oppressive darkness now that the sun is setting. Even in the building, it's just dark.
Well, Mr. O'Reilly, we won't stay here tonight because, well, drafty windows and the crying children. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. Was there anything else left for anybody, any new recruiting or stuff like that? Any of the paperwork or?
No, we didn't write anything down because we were hoping one of us was going to be alive to explain things. Technically, I'm still around to explain things.
Alright. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll start making this office a little bit more of an office again.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll try to get her to start opening.
Before we go, Mr. O'Reilly, I have a question. What do you think of the mayor?
Weird.
Same vibe, go on.
I feel like it's also a liar.
Same vibe, go on.
Well, he is a politician after all.
I don't know much about politics, so I don't want to talk about it, but I was more of a new recruit that was just kind of here to fill out paperwork and then things did not go as planned.
Well, we will, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow, gentlemen. Please try not to die.
We'll be.
Like what?
Let's just let's go to the inn. Let's get a couple of rooms. We'll stay the night. And we'll start doing some hunting.
Can we go to the not
Tomorrow.
raunchy whorehouse?
We'll go to the better
I
one.
have half a mind to agree.
We'll go to the better
I
one.
have a full mind to agree.
Gentlemen, your badges. Welcome.
He's not there.
He's not
I'm
there.
not with you.
I'll
Yeah,
give
he
it
went to
him.
the raunchy whorehouse.
I went to Ron's house,
I
exactly.
shoved that badge inside the little pouch that I keep my spare.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Nope. I have a little pouch around my neck of maybe
For
leather.
now,
I'll put it
welcome
in
to
my
the
chest,
IMC.
just in case.
I'll put it in the chest pocket of my
Okay.
jacket for
We'll
now.
pick up there next time, guys.
Because it's, yeah, it's 10:30.
So it's been a while since I've worn a badge. Well, I don't know, would I have worn a badge?
No,
Yeah.
you would not have. Here's my ghost figure you guys decided not to kill.
Woo!
Yeah, go
I'm
us.
very proud of us compared to our normal escapades. We
We
kill
might have
everything.
a housekeeper now.